Hey, everybody. Hey, Brandy, are you not watching the opening?
I'm watching it.
Well, you obviously didn't because you're wearing your blue sweatshirt and your Muppet wears the cranberry sweatshirt.
Oh,
Okay. I'm
I was
just
like,
saying.
what? Thought I was getting yelled at for not paying attention.
No, you don't have the same outfit on as your Muppet.
I'm sorry. Next time. Next time.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Kronks, all our Kronks out there as we get ready for a historic moment in Canton as we await the select board meeting in which they will, for the first time, sign. Well, I'm sure they already signed all the paperwork, but they are going to
Swear
ring
in.
in the new chief tonight.
Mhm.
You excited?
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Yeah. I forgot that Eric was
Eric's
I'm
yeah,
talking
Eric's with us.
with
Eric's
him.
with us. He's just
I'm here. I'm around.
he's here.
Just in the background. I forgot. No, but I'm excited. I think he's gonna
Yeah.
be great. From everything I heard from other police officers out where he was from, he's everything that we would want in a cop and in a chief. You know what I mean? And just from his one time that I heard him speak at that one meeting,
Oh, it was amazing.
with Charlie Ray, he just blew me away. It was night and day with them too. It was night and
Amazing. He was amazing.
He's
Oh,
just
look
he
at you.
just
So you
seems like
good.
a very well spoken person, and he's just seems like a great leader already. So prayers to Canton. Tonight's the night, and I don't know, the future looks good for them. I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. I think they have a real bona fide leader.
Yes, and that's what you need. You need good leadership to have the everyone else fall in line. You know.
There's also some other news for all our Kronks. Brandy also has a YouTube channel, just like Boozy has her YouTube channel. So does Boston Brandy. And Brandy, what is your YouTube? I mean, you already have a bunch of people following, but in case they aren't,
It's at Boston Brandy.
it's at Boston Brandy on your YouTube. So, folks at home, well, let me know what. Let's get that going, right? It's at Boston Brandy, huh?
I said earlier I wanted to call it Brandy's bitching, but I'm gonna try not to.
At Boston Brandy, is that it?
I am with an I.
Oh, the YouTube's with an I
But when
also.
you search it with a Y, it comes up.
That's all right. No, I'm gonna put it up the right way. Boston Brandy. There you go. All right. So, oh no, that's the town. That was the other night.
I wonder if they got any emails today.
Oh, I know. I wonder if there's emails. So there you go. At Boston Brandy. Go to YouTube, and it's at Boston Brandy YouTube, because there's more news with Brandy. Brandy also is going to start a show at some point. It's not going to be per se true crime, but it's going to be local stuff, stuff that Brandy always you care about the kids, so safety.
Yes.
Just maybe some rants here or there, some Brandy bitching. I don't know.
Just if it doesn't make sense, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like communication is key with everyone in everything, in any aspect of your life. And just feel like people need to just get on board with communicating more and being more respectful. Let's bring respect back into life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's up with the emails you say? We all wanted to know what was going on with Sean Good. And we haven't heard anything. So we were encouraging people, if you are concerned and you wanted to know what was going on with Sean Good, then this is the email you need to be sending to Board of Selectmen at Town, Canton, Mass, US, and ask them if they will not give us an update, or if they'll answer your email.
We want to know where they are in the process as far as
Eric.
Why does it? Yes.
Eric, you got to get close to a microphone.
Oh, is it not loud enough for you?
No.
Finally,
there's a microphone problem, and it's with Eric and not me. So there you go. You got another sub there, Brandy.
Oh, thank you. I think I'm gonna probably start on the 27th. It's a Friday. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it's 10 days from now. You're gonna get
Happy
me.
hour with happy hour with the brandy.
Yeah.
We
So
actually
we'll see how it
have
goes. I don't know if people want to communicate and chat with me. Let's do it.
hello Mullins. Yeah. Maybe they're waiting for the new chief to discipline him. I don't know. We will see. If it's just some texts,
Sticking towards his retirement, though, right?
yeah.
Is he being paid or not paid?
Yeah.
Because
And
if
if it's
he's
just
not paid, it doesn't count as time, right?
Oh no, they apparently that didn't come from good. That was some other people, I guess, were not happy with a
The
new
emails.
chief. Yeah. So
You know what?
there's Dennis Sweeney.
Stop it. Hi.
Hey, Dennis Sweeney. I know Dennis will be watching you, Brandy. We know that. I'll watch too. I mean, I'm home all those other nights.
At least a couple. I mean, give me at least a couple tries. You know what I mean?
My God, yeah. If you need a mod, I'll help mod. Not that hey, we don't really. I mean, so we've been on a year. How often have we needed? Thank you. Well, you're part of it, but how often have you had to delete anything? Like maybe on one hand.
Delete?
Yeah, like a comment or.
So I'm a weirdo and I am obsessed with, like, if I see that I post it in the wrong spot, I'll delete it and do it again. So I'm a frequent deleter only because I have to, like, I'm just obsessed.
No, but I'm talking about the comments that people are making while we're live.
But something that, like, I'm embarrassed about or an accident or something like that, meaning like didn't post.
No, I'm talking about the people that commented during our shows.
Commented with you?
Nothing. Not
probably
many.
maybe a handful.
Yeah.
You haven't had a lot of like bad folks. And you said before too, you know, unless it's real bad, don't really delete it, you know?
No.
But it shows you, like, it kind of gives you a little warning, like show or hide it if it's kind of bad or a little bad. But most of the time, people in here aren't that bad.
No,
they're good. They're good.
Well, that's the thing is one of the things I wanted to do when we came up with the idea of, like, when I said, you know what, I want to do a show. It's not fun watching the stuff that I was watching anymore. I want to do it my way. One of the things I wanted to do is I didn't want to really make fun of people's looks. I didn't want to use. I usually, if I'm on the ice, then I'll use bad words. But when I used to drive, Mullins knows. When I drive, I have certain words that always come out. But on everyday conversations, when we're having conversations with people, I just don't. It's just me. It's not that I don't like it. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You know? That was one thing about my father. My father, he never swore. He couldn't swear. Right? He he had his other downfalls. he had his own weaknesses. He liked his women, but he didn't swear and my
dad didn't either. I got my trucker's mouth from my mother.
My mother. Yeah. So I mean, sometimes there's a way you can do it. I mean, you can have a swear here and there. I don't mind that, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I just, you know what, save it for the locker room. I do it. That's what the locker room's there for.
I don't know. I just don't want to, like, people's lives are hard as it is. You know what I mean? It's just, everyone has struggles. Everyone's dealing with something, some sort of either depression or struggle. And it's just, why make their life harder? Like, you want to make them feel bad for a day or two, fine, because you're in a mood. But, like, I don't know. The constant bullying back and forth stuff is kind of crazy to me.
Right. I'm just going to put this up just so we know when it's getting close, because we got 6 minutes. We got 6 minutes to the and
I wonder if it's a full house over there, you think?
Oh yeah, it'll be a full house.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Lank might be on vacation this week. So he might not be able to see this live. I do hope that it's a full house police department wise. I bet you it is. If I had to guess.
Dressed in uniform.
If I had to guess, if I had to guess, all 5 select board members are there.
Everybody has a mask on today.
The majority of the police department would be there. My guess is in the audience, you might even see Chief Bright because he's a historian, and that's just something he would do. He was there the last time, so I'm guessing he'd be there this time.
Probably some of his folks too, right? Like, I don't know. You think his people would be there? The new chief?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
family,
possibly.
right?
And his family. Yeah, his family would be
Yeah.
there. So I think it's going to be a full room.
Yeah.
Elena, maybe.
He's
Who
really?
knows? I mean, she's
Oh,
still
man.
soaking up those details.
I know. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy to me.
Yeah. So he didn't have a mask on. He just had a scruffy beard. Is that what you're saying, Gina Marie?
Wait, do you think Helena will still get these details once?
Oh, yeah, of
After
course.
today?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dennis, you didn't go. Why didn't you go? Because it was going to be a full room? Is that why, Dennis? You don't like a full room?
Or is it because of the name?
or because your wife can't trust you. You didn't have your chaperone. You didn't have me or Whitey or Eric to watch over you. I love it. I love Dennis. Dennis is a good. You know why I like Dennis is similar to John Conley, but in our own better way is he says what's on his mind.
I know.
Right? He doesn't sugarcoat it.
No, barely. Little filter, but not really.
Yeah.
There's no filter there.
Yeah,
No. Yeah.
no, maybe sometimes. Nope.
We got 4 minutes.
It's
4
good
minutes.
entertainment when he gets going too.
What do you think the first thing he's going to do is? You got any ideas?
I don't. Brenda will speak, but it's going to be at the end of the meeting, folks. So we're just going to keep chit chatting until it comes on. When it comes on, I'm going to mute my mic because everybody always yells at me for talking over the the meeting. So I'm going to mute my mic so I don't get myself in trouble. And then we're going to watch and then, Brenda's going to come at the end. They move the public speaking to the end of the meeting tonight.
Cool.
I'm going to refresh, make sure it's not on yet.
3
Yeah, I
minutes.
think you still got like 3 more minutes.
Yep.
My clock.
Yeah, the thing with the cable
My
is you have to
always-
keep refreshing the screen, though.
So my phone's always ahead of time, and I don't know why.
Why?
It says it's 7 o'clock right now.
Yeah, I got 6:57.
My phone and Ross's phone are on the same plan, and my phone's always like 2 to 3 minutes faster than his, and we're on the same plan.
Don't tell Norfolk County District Attorney.
It's so weird. I know. It's really good.
You know that'll put a whole wrinkle in everybody's.
I know.
You know,
Oh, Jesus.
is it the phone itself?
I just do.
I
It
know.
must be me screwing with it one time or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know what else is weird? When we just went to St. Thomas,
Mhm.
all of their phones reset. It was like an hour difference time wise. My phone never reset, and I powered it off, powered it back on. My phone
There you
never
go.
reset.
You have clock drift.
What's that?
That's what they're saying
I don't know
right here.
That's cool. I think
Yeah.
not cool,
You have
but
clock drift.
weird. Still drift.
Yeah.
I got something. I got a lot of issues, but I also have 250,000 pictures too, over 250,000 photos. I think my phone's a little
Oh my!
overworked.
Wow. You can put that on like a drive or something and then just.
Yeah,
clean
see,
up
I don't trust the backups.
No, you can
No,
put
I
it on
got
a hard
screenshots
drive.
of screenshots.
Yeah.
I'm sick.
You can put it on a hard drive.
I know. I just won't.
Just pay for the extra cloud.
I do a lot. Over $20 a month. It's
You
awful.
need a second cloud.
Hey, is that changing? Oh, it is changing.
Yeah.
Good.
I need like a dozen clouds.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, I have to turn the volume up on this.
1
thing,
minute
too.
warning.
1 minute warning. I'm turning the
Yep.
volume up.
Here we go.
Right. And I'm refreshing. Let's see if they're on.
Enlarge it for the people.
Still not on.
You gotta
I
teach
will.
them all this.
That's his. Why you want it even bigger?
I can see it on my TV, but
How's that?
ask
It's going to
me.
take that whole space up there. Here we go.
Good.
Yep.
Here we go. So exciting. I'm excited.
All right. We're live.
All right. Goodbye.
Well, not yet. As soon as
Oh.
it comes up. You're not leaving, are you? You're
No,
gonna leave?
I wasn't gonna leave. I was gonna mute myself because my
Oh.
dog will bark. I don't know. You know me, I panic. I don't know how I'm gonna have a show.
Oh, you'll be fine. I'm watching. I'm refreshing.
I need some.
Anybody else? If you know, I gotta make sure it's because I don't want to miss it.
I know. Did you watch the other hearing today, Karen's hearing?
I didn't, but I read about it.
It was good.
Yeah. You don't have to whisper yet. They're not on.
Oh, I don't know. It's good. I like her lawyers. I like all of them.
Still waiting here.
Yeah.
7:01.
I don't know why I'm whispering.
Someone at the camp next to me, you should give Brenda an award. Yeah, we should. Citizen of the Year. I constantly
Lights up.
refresh this because I'm so paranoid that I'm going to
Everybody,
miss it.
we're going to start our meeting
Here we
this
go.
evening. Welcome to the Select Board
All right,
meeting
I'm muting my.
of February 17th, 2026, 801 Washington Street, Memorial Hall in the Sala Meeting Room, the time being 7 o'clock. This evening, we have a special guest with us, Clerk of the Court, Mr. Walter Timothy. Thank you for joining us this evening. And we have law enforcement in the back room for this wonderful evening, celebrating our swearing-in ceremony. That is our first agenda item. I would like to welcome Chief Daniels. Chief, they gave me 3 names to welcome. There's a lot more than 3 people here, so that's all right. But I'd like to welcome Nancy Daniels, the Chief's mom, and Melanie Daniels' sister, and Harmony Hoke, his partner. Okay, welcome here. Welcome for this evening. And without further ado, Charlie, Tracy Kenny here is a clerk, town clerk. She will be doing the swearing in. So Tracy, if you could.
Hi, Chief.
Would you please raise your right hand? Do you affirm that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon you as police chief of the town of Canton, according to the best of your abilities and understanding, and agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution and the laws of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts?
I do.
Congratulations. You are-
Okay, so I just want to thank everybody for obviously being here, my family for their support. I obviously couldn't be here without you. I also want to thank the members of the community for accepting me. Just last week, I attended at the Galvin Middle School with Officer Cotard and Officer Mulaney, Black History. So I went, I had a great time, and I met with the superintendent. I've met with a number of people prior to my start date tomorrow. And I feel already very much a part of the community. And I promise I won't let you down. I also want, and I want to be very clear about this. The officers in the back, I've received so many phone calls from members of the Canton Police Department. They are ready for change. And I want everybody to understand that. I have their support. I've had a great conversation with all of them, well, most of them, when I went and I spent some time down there, and they're ready. So, but I also want the community to know that we can't move forward unless we have your help. So this is a collaboration, and it's not, today is not about me, it's not about the community of Canton, and it's not about the Canton PD. It's about all of us collectively moving forward. So I promise I won't let you down. I'm always available. I'm a very visible person, so you will see that over my tenure here. So thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Congrats, Chief.
Congrats, Chief. Thank you very much.
Okay. Awesome. I need to eat. All right.
We could do a nice picture out in the lobby with the thing. Yeah.
Well, they're going to go out and take their pictures. That was great.
Yeah, that was good.
And now they're going to go through the regular meeting,
The little
and
girls.
they're going to get some real work done with Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long does he have left?
Couple months. That's it.
Is it April, May? What? May? Bring us Brenda. I know.
Mr. Albert.
All right, first up on the agenda tonight, Mr. Manning's here to talk about the acceptance of a gift from the Judge Roddenberry Center. Dean?
Just so
Good
they can
evening.
shock more kids.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Great to be with you tonight. We're here just to ask for the board's review and acceptance of a grant that the town received from the Judge Rottenberg Center. Also, Mr. Scollins is with me as well. And just want to give the board a quick update. We put together a committee about a month back that consisted of Vice Chair Boyden, Charlie, Randy, Jen from the Select Board's office, and myself. We reached out to the Judge Rottenberg Center, located at 250 Turnpike Street. And Mr. Chair, I'm sure as you and the board are familiar, the Judge Rottenberg Center is a 501c3. They're a nonprofit. Upon review by the assessor's office, we've confirmed with the Attorney General that they filed the proper paperwork. They've been in Canton now. This is their 30th year. And because of that, the town's been unable to collect any taxes from them at all. So our committee met and in speaking with Randy and Charlie and Trish, and we were able to meet with them on several occasions. And they have presented a donation to the town of $100,000 that Randy received, and let him take it from here and give some narration.
Sure. So obviously, we're most grateful to the Judge Rottenberg Center for the generous donation to the town. It's not considered a payment in lieu of taxes from their perspective. It's just a one-time donation. They may consider it. Consider anniversarying it again next year. Their budget cycle coincides with the town's, so their fiscal year starts July 1. So they said they may consider it again, but for the time being, they wanted to acknowledge the fact that they're very appreciate all the support they get from the town of Canton and all of the services, and it's their way of acknowledging that, even though they're not required to do so. So you've got a copy of the check. Well, we have it on deposit after assuming your acceptance. We will deposit it into the general fund as a miscellaneous receipt. As that's where it would need to go as this type of contribution to the town. But very grateful to the JRC for this financial gift from them.
Shocking
And they did
development.
Good work to try and meet with them and have some resolution on this matter. So
Right,
it's
right.
a good start, and it's
Yes, it is.
hopefully it continues.
Yes, it is. And Mr. Chairman, the executive leadership there, we did review the town of Canton's engagement with them, which has been stellar, from emergency services and town services, police, fire, DPW engagement with the select board's office, with Charlie, town departments. They were absolutely appreciative of all the work that town departments and administration does with them over the years. And they would like to continue the engagement with us moving forward. So as Randy mentioned, and I think Ms. Boyden would agree, we hope to begin further talks with them as soon as this summer to try to keep things moving forward. So at this time, I'd like to ask for the board support to accept this donation, as Randy mentioned.
Does the board have any questions, comments for Randy? Chief? Seeing none, can I have a motion?
I move that the board accept and authorize the use of a gift in accordance with the terms thereon under Mass General Law 44, subsection 53A, the donation to the town of Canton from the Judge Rottenberg Center in the amount of $100,000.
Second.
Motion made, second, any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
5-0.
Nice job, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, thank you. Have a good
gentlemen.
evening.
Thank you.
That was a quick 100,000 right there.
All right, next up is a public hearing in connection with an application for a license to store more than 3 vehicles at 2346 Washington Street. Notice is hereby given that the Select Board will hold a public hearing at or after 7 p.m. Tuesday, February 17, 2026, in the Sala Meeting Room, Memorial Hall, 801 Washington Street, Canton. This hearing is in connection with an application for a license to store more than 3 vehicles at 2346 Washington Street, MA, made by Michael Cassidy, 4006 Washington Street, Suite 101, Rosendale, Mass. 02131. Christopher M. Albert, Clerk of the Select Board. I move that the board open this public hearing.
Motion made.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
So just a little background. Mass General Law, Chapter 148 requires a property that garages 3 or more vehicles has to be licensed by the town that it's in. So less than 3 vehicles, no license required. 3 or more, license required. In this case, this application is to construct a garage that will house 6 vehicles. So therefore, a license is required for the board to grant. And I can tell you that the fire chief has reviewed the plans and has approved the license application.
Good. So over 3 cars garaged needs a permit,
Correct, a license.
a license over 3 cars garaged. Sir,
Yes.
what are we housing? Just family cars?
Yeah, well, I have a few specialty vehicles as well.
Okay.
It'd be very unlikely that, there's 3 bays, they're oversized bays. It'd be very unlikely that that would be 6 cars there simultaneously. But the plans show that it could fit 6 cars, so it's required for me to get the license.
Very good. Any discussion from the board? Questions from the board? Seeing none, we could close the
All
hearing.
right, I move that the board close.
One
Oh,
second.
sorry.
What if you got
Is there
4
any
kids?
Discussion from the audience on this. Seeing none, we'll-
I move that the board close the public hearing.
Second.
motion is second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
I move that the board approve the application for a license to store more than 3 vehicles at 2346 Washington Street.
Second.
Motion made second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0. You're all set. Good luck.
Okay, thank you very much.
Have a great night.
Moving right along. That was easy.
Yep.
All right, next up is to consider accepting the layout of the roads or ways as public ways. Canton Reserve, Stillwater Road, Foundry Lane, Delbert Court.
Stop right there.
Yep.
So
Those
just,
last.
we had a new development with this particular agenda item. The Canton Reserve Streets, Stillwater, Foundry, and Dalebrook, that can be voted on tonight, and you can lay those roads out. The second set, the Yorkshire Estates, which is Stonewood, Isabella, and Holly Way. We've got some outstanding items that we need to clear up before you can vote to lay out those roads. We need to get a planning board report, which I don't believe they've met yet to draft. And there's some title issues that the property owner has to straighten out with the registry of deeds.
So there's just 3 roads that we could do tonight.
Yeah, just that top
Yep.
Canton Reserve, you can do tonight.
Okay. I'd accept the motion for the 3.
Well, I think-
Oh, wait a sec. Wait a sec. For Canton Stillwater? Not yet, not yet. Okay, hold on 1 second.
You good.
So you're here to talk on this, for the 3 roads that we just mentioned? Please.
This is, so they're here for the Stillwater, Foundry, and Dalebrook,
Okay.
which you can vote to lay out.
Yep, please.
I'm Jessica Marsh with Toll Brothers.
I'm Bill Proyer,
Okay.
excuse me, for the applicant.
For the applicant to get these roads approved?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right now, there's no problem getting them approved. So if you have questions on it, we'll be glad to answer. But right now, we're going to vote to have those accepted. So
That's why
yeah,
they're sitting there.
that's why you're sitting
If
there.
we have questions.
Oh, if
they
we have
get out.
questions for you.
Yes.
That hasn't come out yet. Can I have that motion now?
I move that the board the board vote
The
to
board.
the layout of the roads or ways as public ways for Canton Reserve, Stillwater, Foundry, and Dillbrook.
I second that.
Motion made in second. Any discussion?
Through you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Duty, refresh my memory because I know that these have come up before. And was there an issue with Stillwater and underground piping or something like that, the septic or?
There was, the conservation agent had some questions about stormwater, but those have all been resolved.
Okay,
So there are no unresolved issues at the Canton Reserve.
and the road is wide enough, wasn't that a?
Engineering has looked at
Signed
the
off.
plans and signed off on it. Building commissioner's good, conservation's good. We're all good.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
We're all good.
Any other discussion? Seeing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair as well. 5-0.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
See you at town meeting.
Yes.
So we'll table the second set of roads until such time as the planning board gets a chance.
Sure.
And the room gets smaller.
Exactly what the purpose and process is in for, and more importantly, what is the potential excise tax or betterment tax associated with something like this. We're not really getting any guidance for residents.
Excuse me. Neil, could you take a
Yeah,
mic?
can you go to the microphone so people can hear what you're asking?
Yeah. And just state your name, please, and the town you live in.
Good evening, Rob Crignali, Stonewood Drive residents. Just concerned or questions about the process and rationale to change the layout of the street of Stonewood Drive to private, and what is the process of it, and is there going to be any insight to the residents, because we're not really hearing anything about it. Number one. And two is, what does that look like in potential to betterment taxes or any tax abatements associated with that? So some information could be provided to the residents, that'd be great in the process. We're just not being informed of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you want me to answer some
Yes,
questions?
sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the typical process for accepting roads as public roads. And you're the developer or the property owner?
Resident.
Oh, you're a resident, okay. The developer is seeking to get Stonewood, Isabella, and Holly Way accepted as public ways.
Yep.
Which means the town is responsible to maintain them.
Yep.
And then the infrastructure beneath them.
Yep.
So part of this process is the select board has to vote to lay them out as public ways. And they do that based on recommendations from the planning board. In this case, the planning board hasn't yet provided a report on whether or not the town should accept these as public ways. So I would reach out to the planning board and see when this topic will be discussed at a future meeting, and I would attend that meeting.
Yep.
If you want to add specific questions about that. But should these roads be accepted as public ways, there would be no betterment charges to the residents of these roads.
Okay.
Because it would become public.
Okay.
If there was work that needed to be done on these
Yep.
roads, let's say that they found that the stormwater was improperly installed, then the residents could potentially be set up with a betterment to pay for those repairs to make it compliant. But I don't think that's the case with this.
Yep.
It seems to me that with this, we're just missing part of the process, which is the planning board report. And then there are some title issues that the owner has to resolve with the registry of deeds.
Okay.
But as far as we know, the roadways were constructed in accordance with the subdivision rules and regulations.
And how can I go about finding out when that planning board meeting is or what contact person is?
You can go on to the website for the town.
Yep.
On the planning board page and find their agenda. The chair of the planning board is David McCarthy.
Okay.
And you can reach out to him via email.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, you got it.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Thanks.
All right.
Mr. Albert.
Next up is the municipal operating request review. First up is Louis Jutras,
Louis, next slide, Louis.
Information Systems.
Good evening, Louis. How are you tonight?
It's not my disc, Louis.
Thank you much for your time. So for fiscal 27, overall, there are a couple items that need to be added to our expense budget. Items that have been installed and paid for over the years through opera funds and the like. So total department expense request is an increase of 12% in total. Just over 1% of that is salaries. The remaining almost 11% is for the expense side. There's a couple of items that have a reduction if all the capital requests are approved and we get those implemented. And then overall, we have that as a net to the increases. And that is really what we have for our grand total. And it's really general increases for our support on a multiple list of products, and then 2 new products that will be coming onto support after their initial purchase.
Any questions for Louis?
Nope.
Seeing
None
none,
here.
thank you, Louis. Appreciate it. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Lou.
Thanks, Louis.
And another one's leaving.
Next up is for central maintenance, Rob Martin.
Evening, Rob, how are you this evening?
Very good. And you?
Good, thank you.
In the central maintenance department, we have a total of $132,000 in increases. This is comprised of basically 2 areas. Utility increases, generally on the order of 15% based on historic use. That's town-wide. Second utility item is taking on a 50% share of the rolling mill building at the Paul Revere Heritage Site. That's the gas and electric. The restaurant is only using part of the building, and we feel that it's only fair to take on the remainder. The other aspect was salaries. We brought 2 custodial salaries into the central maintenance department, which were formerly library custodial positions. So 118.9K was transferred in. And then we have 3.2 thousand difference due to bringing 2 employees to night shift and paying for night differential. Also, we have a utility increase of $2,093 for Peakwoodside Farm, which is a separate line item in our budget.
Maybe they need a video there.
Thank you, Rob. Any questions for Rob? Central maintenance.
What's the $2,093 chair through you? What's the $2,093? That's it?
Well, so that's a
Number.
15% increase as we did with the remainder
Okay.
of the town.
Gotcha.
We're talking about rolling that Peakwoodside Farm utility budget into the general central maintenance budget, but it has not been done yet this year.
Central maintenance is still a work in progress because it's a relatively new department. So we're still, evaluating different departments' budgets and seeing if there's utility money that we can roll into central maintenance so they can pay for everything.
Well said, Rob.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
And Rob leaves.
All right, next up is trash, debt, pension, health insurance, OPEB, DIF, regional school assessments. Randy Scott?
Randy Scotland.
Okay.
Okay.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Particularly since hers was way shorter.
Yeah. So we're doing the executive office budget. I'm Jen Camillian, the assistant town administrator. We have 2 requests. The first request is for additional hours added to our 2 staff members in our office, the secretary and the administrative secretary. We'd like to add 5 hours to each of them to bring them from the 35-hour work week to a 40-hour work week. And that is a request of an additional $19,400 in total. I can go into their merits and one of the select board goals is that all employees would eventually become a 40-hour work week employees, and we definitely need a lot of help in our office. We have a very busy office, as I'm sure you all are aware. The second request is for an additional $13,500 for an increase in the cost of our town audit services, and that's a contractual obligation.
Any questions for Jen on the executive?
Through you, Mr. Chair. Why isn't the audit expense under finance?
It's been in our budget all along. I don't know.
Okay.
Belongs.
Okay, thank you.
It's just good practice.
That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Jen.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Fine job.
Thanks.
And Jen leaves.
Go to, yeah, okay. So we're going to skip over to Paul Revere Heritage Trust. Mr. Hines isn't here, but I think
John?
George, no?
I am here.
Oh,
I am here.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
But I was expecting Alan to be joining me. He said he'd be here by 7:30.
Okay,
we can
we'll
wait.
hold
We'll
it.
jump. I
We'll
think
hold
Randy.
it. No rush.
Yeah.
No biggie.
Randy said it.
We'll hold it.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the board. Mr. Town
I was
Administrator.
worried how long is yours that you're letting everybody go in front of you?
Well, it's a few different budgets, but I'll see if I can get through them expeditiously here. So these are the most of the fixed cost budgets on the fixed cost page. So fixed costs are estimated to grow by 7.8% or 2.95 million in fiscal 27. Fixed cost growth is only 4.6% after funding for the Galvin Middle School interest from other non-general fund sources. So the general fund, the Galvin Middle School interest costs, the carrying costs during construction, our note is coming due in August. Our $35 million bond anticipation note, interest on that is 1.2 million. And we've got three non-general fund appropriated sources. So meaning the 1.2 million to pay this interest cost isn't going to impact general fund budgets. We've got 738,000 coming from the feasibility part of the Galvin project, the reimbursement. So we're going to apply that towards this cost. We've got $180,000 in capital stabilization that we've been socking away for the last 4 years for that. And then the remainder, $300,000 is coming from bond premium that we received when we issued the note. So that's 1.2 million associated with the short-term debt. The debt service outside of that is increasing by 457,000. The inside the levy debt, meaning the non-excluded debt, is increasing by a net of 457,000. That's due to 12 projects that have already been authorized. We're now ready to go permanently bond for them. That will add $757,000 in debt service costs in fiscal 27. But then we also have several projects that we're continuing to amortize, reducing that by 300,000. So the net increase for the included debt service is 457,000. And then the outside the levy debt service, which are the three excluded debt projects that are currently on the books, Hanson School, the Bolivar Pool, and St. Gerard's. So we continue to amortize that debt service. So that's going down by 26,000 in total. Next up, large item is health insurance budget, increasing 1.2 million. And that increase reflects growth in subscribers and recommended premium increases. As you recall, the town went 5 years without increasing its health insurance premiums for active employees or retirees. But now, as costs are increasing, it's time for us to increase premiums. In the fiscal 26 year, and right now is the first year we've done that, so we need to continue that going forward. But in total, that's the biggest mover on this page of 1.2 million. And then the pension assessment or the retirement expense line is decreasing by 175,000. And that's a function of the Norfolk County Retirement System Board has pushed out the full funding of the unfunded liability by 4 years to fiscal 2033. And that was at the insistence of the overwhelming majority of all of the other Norfolk County towns looking for some relief on this line. And so they got that with the board pushing out the large increased assessments we were all staring at there by over 4 years. So that benefited Canton in fiscal 27 by reducing our assessment by 175,000. You don't normally see that. Normally it's going up by several hundred thousand, but it's going down this year. The trash budget is increasing by 132,000, and that's a function of the contract. It's the third year of our contract, of the 5-year contract with Republic. The other large item here is the Blue Hills Regional assessment. So that's the last item within the fixed cost that we do not have a firm number yet from Blue Hills. They've said that they should have that for us within about a week or so. So in lieu of that, estimating a 5% increase at this point in time, or 108,000, hoping that it comes in a little bit better than that. So it's less, but that's our placeholder for the time being until they provide us with an actual estimate. There are 3 fixed cost budgets that are remaining flat. The Norfolk County Agricultural assessment flat at 50,000. Life insurance costs to the town 62,250. That's flat. The town insurances at 1,728,912. That's flat as well. And then the OPEB trust fund, which is our annual funding of that liability, the retiree health insurance liability, increasing by 50,000 as per our funding schedule. We should be able to hold there at $1.5 million annually after fiscal 27. And then the last item is the Plymouth Rubber diff transfer. So this is the funding for the debt service costs associated with the acquisition costs that the town paid to Canton Holdings as per their agreement, $6.6 million, as well as the new debt service costs associated with the museum improvements as well. So given the change that was made last fiscal year to how this formula works, the amount that's required in order to fund the FY27 debt service for those 2 items is actually declining by about 3.5% to 573,000. And so, but the positive news on this transfer is that with the change that was made 2 town meetings ago to the formula for how much we put into the sinking fund for debt service, so the formula was changed by vote of town meeting. So now we're able to put more funds from the Revere properties, their taxes, into the general fund for general fund services. So we started out in this fiscal year by adding an incremental $850,000 that we otherwise wouldn't have been able to add into the general fund revenue stream if it weren't for this change. And then we were able to increase that by 5% as per plan for fiscal 27. So now it's an additional $892,500 to support general fund budgets. And I believe that covers everything in the fixed costs, unless there are any questions on some of the specifics.
Any questions from the board? All set, Randy, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Randy.
Thanks, Randy.
Well,
Mr. Hines, you're up.
Yeah.
You are up, sir.
You're
the last.
Nice of you to show up this evening.
And they're moving right along. Getting closer and closer to Brenda.
And members of the board. Before I begin our budget request, in the material that I provided everybody tonight, it includes our audited financial statements, which I will leave a hard copy with the town. It also includes our federal form tax 990. And I was intending to also give a copy of our Massachusetts State public charity filing. It's been filed with the state, hasn't been accepted yet, and so I didn't want to provide a copy in case there are some changes that are going to be made. It's not my intention to talk about those tonight. As most of you know, I've sent an email to you, and I offered to sit down and go through the complex financials of the trust. My intention is to make sure everybody's comfortable with that, and when your schedule slows down a little bit, ask to come back to the board, present those in a summary fashion to you and also to the public. But if you've had an opportunity to look at those numbers, I think you'll all agree that that this project so far has been a tremendous success to the town of Canton from every measure imaginable, not only from a financial standpoint, but we have now a beautiful park that is there. The museum, you'll hear, has been operating successfully for a month now. And that was through work of, the town leadership here, as well as, a number of volunteers. Before I talk about our budget request tonight, I think it's really important to make sure that everyone understands that our request is part of a 5-year plan that has been put together and has been successfully implemented along the way. When this project first came on board, the town leadership had the foresight to hire an economic development firm to do some projections. And basically, what it suggested was, if you convert the space that we were going to acquire into some passive recreation and put something like a high-end restaurant and a museum there, the value of the properties would increase higher and would attract the type of residents that we were looking for in town, and also keep the number of students down. By every measure that we've been using to date, that plan has been successfully implemented. And you just heard from Randy, the values of the properties got so high that the success of the program was so good that Revere and Son put together that article to change the DIF funding a couple of years ago. And that funding has allowed additional revenues to come in. I think the number he just quoted was $892,000. So from time to time, I hear people say, the town shouldn't be in the museum business, or I don't want my tax dollars going.
That was
to fund the
Grandpa Eclipse
museum.
that said that.
But if you look at really this project in total, please send them to me, because I can sit down and show them the financial results of what has transpired, all the improvements that have been made to that property, and all the funding that has been provided, has been used to develop this property, has been funded through the success of that project. Not only that, with $892,000 coming back to the town this year from those higher than projected real estate values, not only are we providing enough money to fund the request that we're here asking you tonight, but that money provided enough money to cover our full appropriation and provide almost $500,000 to help the school with their budgets. And the number of students that are in that project are a lot less than ever was projected. So from a full, big global perspective, this project has been a tremendous success for this town, and everybody that was involved in that along the way should be congratulated. So I know everybody's got a lot to do tonight, so I will try to get to, reason why we're here.
Well,
when the
Brenda.
trust was originally formed, Randy was our trust treasurer. And at that time, we put together a 5-year plan. And we used the economic study that was done at the time. And basically, the 5-year plan said that by the time the museum opens, we're going to need an amount of money that is to fund the museum operations. And Rainey and I came up with numbers in a different way. But the number that we've been citing for the last 5 years is that by the time by the time the museum opens, we're going to need about $150,000 appropriations from the town. We also said that by the time that the museum opens, we're going to need to use the rental income from the restaurants. Now, along the way, we've asked for appropriations from this committee before to use, and we are using it now to cover the costs of our museum director. But we've been very conservative on using that. We were able to fund all of our development without touching that money. So now we have that money as a cushion to any operational changes along the way that happen. There have been a couple bumps along the way that we didn't plan for. like I said, Randy was originally, when I put together the plan for $150,000, I always thought that a big chunk of the accounting would be handled by the town. After about a year, it became very apparent that that really didn't make sense. So Randy showed up to a meeting with a 3-inch notebook and a thumb drive with about 1,000 files and the most complicated financial program that you can imagine, and said, it's yours. And so since that time, I've been doing the books on a volunteer basis for the trust. When Randy was doing it, there was probably 250 financial transactions. We are now opening a museum. We're running a gift shop. We have to file state taxes. The number of financial transactions this year are estimated to be over 1,000. And it's getting to be too much. So the real ask for our request and why it's so important to continue on the path to meet that $150,000 appropriation this year. And that's not 150,000 extra. We've already built up, and we are asking for a $28,000 increase. And most of that $28,000 is going to be used to fund somebody who's going to own the accounting process like Randy and I did, and do as good of a job as we did, that the town can be proud of. And you can see from our audited financial statements, we have no negative comments from the auditors. A couple of years ago, they said, they were very impressed by Randy's spreadsheet. And after I gave it to them, it was like a spreadsheet on steroids. That wasn't acceptable to them. So we've had to convert over to a standard financial system. We're now using QuickBooks, and we're probably submitting to the town up to 150 vouchers a year to kind of make all the financial transactions work. And the main thing is we need to have somebody take over that accounting process. I'd be happy to continue to manage it, but that's our main need. The other main need is, when being an affiliate from the town, it was, at least, I don't know if Randy thought this or not, but I didn't think that we would have to have our own separate audit. We thought that being as part of the town, that the town auditor would do the audit of the trust as part of that.
Audits are good.
So that didn't happen. And so this year, our audit fees were $18,000, including some of our filing fees. The funding that had been provided in the past doesn't really make it to that. So the main request that we're asking for is to finish the project. I mean, this has been a successful project. I am hoping that this board and the leadership in this town will continue with a successful plan, so that we can continue to have strong financials and go forward. I've already talked to at least one board member. That I think the best game plan is to find someone who has now wanted to spend more time with their family, work part-time, that can come in and do the work that we're doing today, and keep the financials solid, and continue with the audit, because this town has enjoyed the success of having very strong financials, and we want to continue that. We don't want anything happen that's going to turn this into an embarrassment. So my two asks tonight is increase our appropriation to the plan number that we set forth 5 years ago, and every year I've been talking about that number that we need to get to, and I'm hoping that we can get to that number this year. And the second ask is that currently we're drawing down on account 142, which is the rental income from the
Hold on that.
That's
We're
all.
gonna take a
okay,
separate-
we'll pass it.
Different agenda.
So that our main ask this year is to support the plan that we have in place. It's been successful, and I think Randy can't get to retire before me.
Okay.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Alan.
I do. So, yeah, wait, so are you going to hire that person? So how does that all work?
So again, there was somebody that reached out to me already. I snuck away on vacation, and I told her that we have a little process that we have to go through to see where our funding comes, but from my understanding of them, that could be a perfect fit for us. And what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks is I've been educating our staff to do the things that would support them and support this accountant person in a way that would minimize their hours and just leverage their expertise to kind of continue the process that we have. So I told her I need to get through a couple of weeks before I can kind of talk intelligently about it, but sounded like perfect idea, perfect fit for us. Other questions?
To you, Mr. Chair, how many hours a week are you anticipating you're going to need an accountant for?
I'm putting over 40 hours a week myself now, but I anticipate, I've been training John to do a piece of it. We have somebody
Good
that's
job,
helping
John.
out with QuickBooks on a cheap basis. So I'm thinking to kind of take over and really own the process, that it's probably going to be 20 hours a week.
Alan, as you know, you are the select board appointee to that trust. Do you anticipate that this new person would be a member of the trust, or simply just somebody that is donating hours? And
At this point, I need to slow down. And so I'm not trying to abandon the project. I'm really proud of what has been accomplished there and the working relationship that I've had with the people in the town. And so what I'm trying to do is hire somebody that can take that on, learn the elements. I mean, even if you're a bright accountant, working with the town accounting process, I mean, standard accounting and town accounting are different animals. They really are. And the interaction with vouchers and the transferring of money back and forth is a whole learning thing. So my exit plan would be to hire somebody, have them take on a responsibility and continue to learn. And eventually a trustee or a member of the board cannot get paid. So I don't think that they would be able to be appointed. I mean, part of the law is I can't get paid. So
You know what else we can't get?
So I think
Any
you'll
news
stay
on
the
good?
trust.
What's
You'll
that?
stay on the trust, but
Yes,
you're
I would stay on the trust as more of as what I thought a board member should do, not be a full-time.
a little bit of
employee.
oversight.
Yeah,
Right.
oversight. And honestly, our employees that we have so far are doing, great things, and we have volunteers and people that are helping out. So, but I do think we need to have someone who's really going to own the process.
Very good. Any other questions?
Please no.
And the museum has been, and we have a budget that I will explain. And we are on plan, and we are, and Randy looked at the books. And
He's still
said,
talking.
It looks like you built it.
He doesn't
to
stop.
Is that
No,
a fair
he doesn't.
statement?
Michael.
Honestly, I think that's what we've done. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Don't
They're
go
right there.
anywhere. You're up on the next agenda.
Oh, he's up on the next agenda
Okay.
too.
All right, next up is to consider the request to increase the amount that the Revere and Son Trust may draw from the revolving count 142 up to $125,000 per year.
So speaking on that, the current revolving account was established so that we could draw up to $250,000. And the reason we did that was we thought we were going to be using the money in that account to help us with the development of the museum. And we fortunately didn't have to do that. About a year ago, I came and asked for the ability to withdraw up to $80,000 to pay for our museum director, because we were going to hire that person to help us get on board. And currently, we now have a total of 7 employees. And so some of our part-time employees, the draw that's coming down is larger than the revenues that are coming in. And so we now need to start tapping into that money as always planned. Our goal, as Randy will tell you, I am as conservative as ever. my goal is to only withdraw up to, the rental income, but we wanted to add a little bit extra as a buffer in case something came up that we needed. So we're asking for a drawdown of 125 with the intention of using it really only up to the amount of the rental income that's coming in, but with authority to do up to 125 in case something comes up that we need. We don't have to come back here on an emergency basis.
Any questions on this?
No questions.
Do I have a motion, Mr. Albert?
I move that the board approve the increased, the amount, I move that the board.
You can get it.
im- im-
You can
excuse
do
me,
it.
guys. I
You
move
can
that
do
the
it.
board,
One more time.
approve the increase, the amount the Revere and Son Trust may draw from the revolving account 142 up to 125,000.
Motion been made, second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
As well, 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, gentlemen. Thank you.
And I'm sorry, I'm long-winded. I wrote it down so I wouldn't keep on rambling on.
Looking at like 3 different things at once.
Town meeting articles.
How many more of these we got before Brenda?
Is
All right.
everybody in the room talking?
I have no clue.
No.
I didn't look at the agenda.
Yeah, the next is the
Yeah.
town meeting articles.
Yep. We're going to vote our positions on the 2026 annual town meeting articles.
So as we go through these articles, and we can cluster a few, we have them clustered as to the,
It's
the simple
clustered.
ones, whatever.
Yeah.
If a board member has an issue or want to comment, want to vote on any of these articles, just put a hold, or we'll just talk about it then. Okay?
So, yeah, I would say that the first 4 articles, that typically general business, that gets done at the beginning of town meeting.
Yep.
Not really a position to take on it, so typically the board supports those articles, 1 through 4.
Ooh, there you go.
All right.
All right, Chris.
So Articles 1 through 4 are housekeeping and typically supported, elect a moderator, adopt rules, hear reports and committees, and consent agenda. So
Correct.
that's that.
Yep.
I'll take a motion.
I move that the board support Articles 1 through 4.
Motion made in second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Here as well, 5-0. Next, we have collective bargaining agreements, personal service contracts. We recommend defer to town meeting to FinCom.
So Article 5, the collective bargaining agreements under the select board, there'll be one item that has to be funded for the patrolman's contract.
Yep.
It's $60,000 for training costs that were negotiated into the contract. So, we would hope that the board would support the negotiated settlement with the patrolman's union.
So we'll defer this to annual town meeting.
I think you should support it.
Yep.
Article 5.
I support finding out
We
about good.
know we have to get, come up with 60,000 to fund that contract, so.
Okay. Let's do a motion.
How's Good's
I move
contract
that the
doing?
board support Article 5.
I second.
5 and 6.
Well, both.
Just 5.
Just
Just
5.
five?
Yeah.
6 will defer.
Okay. Motion made to support Article 5.
Seconded.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
I move that the board defer Article 6 to annual town meeting.
Motion made to defer. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Great.
All right.
So Article 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 are financial articles. And I can give you a brief rundown of each as we go along if you wish.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Article 7 is pay bills of a prior fiscal year. And after speaking with our finance director, we do have 3 bills from a prior fiscal year to pay, $2,265 in total. And what happens oftentimes during the year is an invoice can get lost or not sent. And then if we go beyond the fiscal year, we can't pay that without town meeting's approval.
Maybe we
So that's
shouldn't
the
be
case
losing
with-
invoices.
With these 3 outstanding bills.
Okay.
So not a lot of money, but procedurally, we need town meeting to approve it.
Thank you, Charlie.
So we would ask that you support Article 7.
We go one by one.
Yep.
I make a motion that we support Article 7.
Motion made, second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Article 8 is to adjust fiscal 26 accounts. There are a couple of accounts that need to be adjusted. For example, the $204,000 credit we received from Republic, those monies have to be moved from the trash to the DPW to pay for the overtime.
Yep.
Right. And then the other is $153,000 in additional state aid from the governor's budget last year that by the time we did revenue forecast and set our budgets, that money was unknown. It came in later. So now that money has to be added to the school budget. And those are the two.
Okay.
So we'd ask you to support that as well.
I move that the board support Article 8.
Second.
Motion
8,
made, second.
adjust fiscal 26 count.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Article 9 is to rescind unused borrowing authorizations. So in this case, we received a grant from the MWRA to do some infrastructure work for $793,000. So that reduced the amount of money that we had to borrow in order to do that project. So municipal finance practice is to rescind anything that you didn't use as far as a borrowing authorization. So we're asking you to support that.
Yes, Brandy, you can. I'll get it
I
to
move
you.
that the board support Article 9.
Motion made, second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Article 10 is to appropriate funds from the overlay surplus account. In this article, the assessors approved, was it 75, Randy, or 72? $75,000 to pay for surveys of some town-owned land that we need clarity.
Like
about
Walpole
where
Terrace.
The deed goes. So there are 3 properties that the assessors approved to be surveyed. That's process is currently underway, but the money needs to be appropriated through town meeting from the overlay surplus to establish. And then the idea is to survey these town-owned properties so we can establish clean title.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah. Makes sense.
We'd ask you to support that.
I move that the board support Article 10.
Second.
So any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
And then finally, Article 11 is to authorize certain revolving funds, and this is an annual reauthorization of spending limits on the 13 revolving funds that the town maintains. You can support that.
I move that the board support Article 11.
Second.
Motion made, second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Article 12, there are no insurance proceeds to speak of. And as far as we know, there are no general accession laws enacted by the general court, which is Article 13. So we're looking to see if the board would indefinitely postpone those 2 articles.
Absolutely.
I move that the board indefinitely postpone Article 12 and 13.
I second that.
Made second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Article 14 is the appropriation to supplement the Commonwealth's Chapter 90 program. And this is, we started this 3 years ago, about 3 years ago, in order to pave more roads and fix more sidewalks. The town has generously supplemented the Chapter 90 funds that the state grants our town every year. So what's the number this year for that?
600,000.
600,000.
I move that the board support Article 14.
Second.
Motion made, second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Article 15 is the omnibus capital outlay program. And typically, the board defers
Also
that to
15.
town meeting.
I move that the board defer Article 15 to
Defer.
town meeting.
Second.
Motion made, second. Any discussion?
This is
Seeing
a
none, all in
tough
favor?
night.
Aye.
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Tough night, Chris.
Article 16 is to approve the funding for the annual 4th of July community celebration.
I move that the board approve Article 16.
I second.
Motion made, second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
And Article 17 is the recommendations of the Community Preservation Committee.
Do you want to speak on that?
So typically, we defer this to Community Preservation Committee to speak at town meeting. I will inform the board in the public that one of the articles as part of the community preservation was for the pickleball courts to be built behind the headquarters of the Bank of Canton. And the Community Preservation Committee did support that project in full, and I thank them for their support. But unfortunately,
No pickleball.
we were not able to come to terms on the lease agreement. And I informed the Community Preservation that we would not be proceeding with that application.
No more
at this
pickleball.
time. So they have removed that, and it will not be part of the ask for this year.
Thank you, Michael. Could we have a motion on Article 17?
I move that the board defer Article 17 to annual town meeting.
He promised us
Motion made
pickleball.
second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well.
Do you play
5-0.
pickleball?
Article 18 is the
No,
appropriation to increase the capital stabilization account. As you are
I've
aware,
never.
that the account
You ever see
that
Mystery
we
Science
put $1
3000?
million into each year, and that fund
That
is
Mystery
going
Science
to be
Theater.
used
This
to
is
pay
what
down the
this is.
short-term debt related to the government project.
We're
Move that the
watching
board
this.
support Article 18.
Oh my God.
Motion made second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Yeah, not the
Article 19
pickleball.
is the appropriation to increase special education reserve account. Again, this is an annual transfer that's made to the schools to offset special education costs, the transportation costs for special ed. In our conversations with the schools, it looks like they're going to be looking for the typical $1 million transfer to the special education
$1
reserve account.
million.
I move that the board support Article 19.
Second.
Motion made second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Article 20, I will select board Lochran probably would want to discuss.
Thank you, Mr. Duty.
Uh,
So this was an article that I asked to put a placeholder, and then before I could talk to the board about it, we found out that we were not going to have the appropriate funds. So the plan was, as the board is aware, there is a townwide traffic study going on, and it is specifically focusing on a lot of the cut-through neighborhoods. We anticipate that study to be done in early spring. And what I was hoping that we could do is set aside some money from free cash to repaint crosswalks, put in flashing crosswalks, the flashing speed limit signs,
Flock
kind of in
cameras.
tandem with the results of the townwide traffic study. Unfortunately, the funding that I was hoping we would have is not there. However, Randy, if I'm not mistaken, we still can use Chapter 90 funds for some of this. So it's not that this is necessarily dead, it's just not going to come from free cash. And I'm going to continue to work with DPW to see if they have some funding so we can implement some of these things. But this particular article, we are postponing.
Postpone it.
I move that the board indefinitely postpone Article 20.
There you go. Good job, Chris.
Second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Okay, Articles 21 to 42 will probably drive some discussion between the board. I'm happy to provide any additional detail if you need it, but I thought maybe I would turn it over to you, Mr. Chair, to go through Articles 21 to 42.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Duty. Article 21, appropriation for the Gridley Cemetery repair. The Historical Commission is seeking funding to repair the damage at the Gridley Cemetery. Does anybody have any discussion or comments on this?
No, but I think it's important.
Yeah, this is,
Yeah.
I've actually mowed this particular cemetery. So seeing that there's no discussion, any problems, I'll have a motion.
I make a motion that we support Article 21.
Second.
Motion made in second. Any discussions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0. Article 22, the special act authorizes the type place liens on properties that owes outstanding fees due to penalties or violations. Mr. Duty, could you comment on this?
Sure. Presently, if there is an unpaid fine or fee, the town has little recourse other than to try to, go to the Stoughton District Court to recover what we're looking to do is provide the town a little bit more teeth to enforce some fines. and
Teeth?
fees.
More
And one
teeth?
way to do that, it's been done in other
Chloe's
communities as
got
well,
teeth.
is to authorize the town to place liens on properties that owe outstanding fees due to penalties or violations. So
Better pay
obviously what
those-
that does is if there's a lien
better
on
pay
your property
those
when you go to
bills.
sell it, that fee or fine will have to, the town will be made whole and be able to collect that fee or fine.
I do have a question.
Okay.
With regard to section D, I was confused by that. So if the property is tax exempt, the charge fee or fine shall be committed as the tax? I don't understand that.
I believe it's similar to stormwater, whereas stormwater for tax exempt properties is still a fee that's assessed because the property owner still owes it. So it falls into that same category, not necessarily a taxable property, but something that still can be liened against the property.
There's
Any
still
more
like
discussion?
10 people there.
Seeing none.
I move that we support Article 22.
Motion made. Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Carries vote 5-0. Article 23, the bylaw modernization study committee extension. The bylaw modernization committee is seeking to extend the length of the committee for another 2 years. This seems to be a very reasonable request for all the work they're doing.
Yes,
You wanna
I can
speak to
speak to that.
Getting some
So,
real work done over there on that committee.
We got into this project, we realized that 2 years was not a realistic timeline, especially because we're doing the codification of the bylaws. That's an ongoing project right now, so it doesn't even involve any meaningful expense. It's just, we need more time to continue the committee.
Yeah.
Very good. Any other discussion? Seeing none, I'll take a motion.
Oh no. Oh no.
What happened?
Oh no. Just recycling.
Did you get kicked off? You got kicked off. Am I next? Can you guys hear me? I'm sorry. I think you stuck with me for a minute. And I have zero access to get back on, so sorry. I think Eric fell asleep.
What?
Well, all right.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad thing. We're back. It's coming back. Here we go.
I was like, oh, great. Here we go.
Let's bring them back up.
Thank you, Wi-Fi, saving me.
I know, huh? All right, so let's bring that all back up. I know it wasn't me. It's the internet.
We better not miss Brenda.
We're not gonna miss Brenda. I'm gonna pull it up right now. All right, so now I just go like this. Oh wait, add to stage.
This does not feel small d democratic.
Good.
It's
I
kind
yeah,
of
I just
two
gotta
smoke
figure out
filled
where that
rooms
hell
choosing our
where that
town
thing is.
moderator. And I think that, for the
There we
benefit of
go.
the public, this isn't just about presiding at town meeting. This person has appointing
See?
power, significant appointing power for
The
FinCom,
thing
capital
is, you can't
planning,
panic.
building renovation committee, and citizens at large that are
easier said
appointed
than
to other
done.
committees. I
That's
was
what happens when you
appointed
have
by town meeting to
wireless
the
internet
bylaw
that they're putting
modernization
everybody on
committee,
now.
Permit Advisory Committee. So it's an important job, and I think that person, our feeling was, should be accountable to the voters. And, you know, we just want to put this question before the town meeting.
Bob Brown, we get the meeting on
The
too, you know,
voters
Bob.
decide. How's
Oh,
that?
I understand, but speaking of that, I would think prior to going to town meeting, I would do something like move the vote. I would have put it on a ballot and let the whole town decide rather than just the people at town meeting. Town meeting is, you know,
Chris
generally
tried to get us shut down.
300 to 500, 300 people, whereas townwide vote, you get 3,000 to 5,000, 6,000. I think you're going to get more consensus as to how the town wants that. But that's just, I mean, I believe this is going to have a little bit of debate on the floor.
No doubt.
In the town meeting. I'd like to see, just like move the vote, I'd like to see the will of the whole town rather than just a small group that gets to be able to be at that night at that particular time.
Well, as you know, that was a very heavy lift.
Yes,
to,
I definitely, yeah.
Get that on the
That,
ballot.
that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Not sure
I know,
that's a
I don't think it
realistic-
would move that way. But
Unless you're going to stand in front of
no,
the shots and
no,
take
I understand what you're
signatures.
saying. Yes. So
Um,
I just think it's going to be a well-debated item, so.
As it should be.
Yeah.
As it should be. But I think we should put it before the town meeting.
Okay, any more discussion?
Through you, Mr. Chair. So the only thing that concerns me is if they're elected in April, they have weeks to prepare for town meeting.
The moderator.
Typically, when we know who the moderator is going to be for the coming year, that person is doing a ton of work in advance of this town meeting and figuring out the articles and clusters and getting questions answered so that they can run the meeting as efficiently as possible. And so, I mean, I see why there's a 2-year term, but if they're elected in April, it's not a lot of time for them to get up to speed.
They know that when they ran.
So that was something we talked about, and Jen Chameleon is also on the committee, and she certainly felt like that was going to be an adequate timeline from April, first week in April to town meeting, mid-May.
I have a question though, do you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or a comment. If someone is going to run though, or thinking of running to be moderator, there's access, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they've probably gone to town meetings and they know clusters, they know what's going to happen in terms
Yes,
of
they do.
process, and they can review other warrants and
They
see
can.
this as soon as it comes out. If they're
Every
running
year,
it,
it's the
perhaps
same
say, well, here's
process.
the draft of it, so they can start preparing. If someone's willing to run for an office,
They're going to be looking at
they
that.
better be prepared, and typically they try to have some knowledge, expertise in it.
There's one other point I'd like to make, which is, if you read the bylaws, it just says a moderator shall be elected. And my experience as a town meeting attendee is it's not an election, it's a coronation. And it's like you are offered exactly one candidate. It is possible that someone could stand up on the floor and say, I want to be the moderator.
That would be a nightmare.
If that person did get elected, there's your chaos, because they would have be literally
Chaos.
instantly, they'd become the moderator. They'd have done no preparation.
So I don't disagree with that. And that's why I'm nervous about being elected in April. And, if Ms. Chameleon feels confident in that, but
It's
if
like
it
running for
is
state
running
rep.
correctly, just like if a select board meeting is running correctly, our votes don't
Well, by
count,
Zoom.
and we get challenged on that all the time. And so if we run a town meeting with a moderator who is not running it as correctly as it's supposed to be, we run the risk of, the Attorney General voiding town meeting.
Zoom it from your dining room.
With an
Yep.
appointed moderator.
Yep.
just
Yeah.
as easily.
And Chair, through you, just this past year, we had a situation, remember? It was sort of chaotic and we had to come back to it. Wasn't that just last year?
I do remember.
Just put it out there.
Thank you. Thank you for the trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
Okay, any more discussion from the board? We're not taking any comments. No, we're not. This is just a discussion of the board
I
support.
was just wondering if you have the election and then let them do it the next year.
Nothing would happen until this year anyhow. It's July 1st,
I think
next
that's a
fiscal
good
year,
point.
so. Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion? What's on?
It's the will of the board.
Yeah. Well,
I make a motion that we support
Article 24.
Article 23,
24.
or 24, excuse me.
Second.
Motion made in second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Chair as well. Next is Article 25, amend general bylaw Article 4, annual town meeting voting. Okay.
Wait, what?
The bylaw committee is recommending a change to the bylaw by allowing the use of electronic voting at annual town meeting. I'll open up discussion. I have absolutely no problem with that.
Okay. Just for everyone's edification, all we're doing here is legally, we can't use handheld electronic voting devices without a bylaw change. This article has nothing to do with funding said handheld items. That's for another day. This is simply opening up the possibility of electronic voting. I think for anyone who endured those 2 hand recounts at last town meeting, seems like a no-brainer.
Take a motion.
I make a motion that we support Article 25.
Motion been made.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
As well, 5-0.
6-0.
Article 486,
voted on that
bylaw modernization is recommending a change to the bylaw regarding the manner of which reconsideration of votes is accomplished during the annual town.
Oh, here we go.
Sue, could you speak on this?
I would be happy to. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So let me talk about what's the same and what's different. A motion to reconsider is still going to be assessed by the moderator to determine if new facts have come to light that warrant a vote to reconsider. Assuming that happens, the assembly needs to pass that by a 2/3 majority and then revisit the article. Okay, so that's the same as it's always been. What's different is a couple of things. One
Okay,
is
here we go.
that article now kind of goes to the end of the line. So once all the other financial articles have been disposed of, that will be taken up. So that's difference number one. Difference number two is that if the body does not agree with the moderator, so let's assume the moderator says, you know what, there's not adequate reason to reconsider this motion. That can be overridden by a simple majority vote of the body. So if the person who's the proponent of the motion to reconsider requests it, it still then goes back to, it has to be a 2/3 majority to actually reconsider. But there's just kind of put in a little circuit breaker there.
Yep.
Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
It does.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Through you, Mr. Chair. So is there any language, and I'm talking about reconsideration at the last town meeting only because that was the most recent one. I'm not questioning the validity or anything of that.
Right.
When does the motion for reconsideration happen? That night that the vote passed or didn't pass, or as long as town meeting is open? Because obviously they could stack the next session of town meeting to accomplish something.
Let me get the precise language up in front of me so that I answer that accurately. But I believe it can be revisited as long as town meeting is open.
Okay, so I mean, I do see it that it says may be made at any time.
Right.
It's just
Right.
I think was it the larger issue, the 36-hour wait last time?
Yeah.
If you made
Yeah.
a motion to reconsider, you had to wait 36 hours to
Right.
take it up
Right.
again.
But that was painful.
That could drive an extra night at town meeting.
Right.
I think this allows you to reconsider during that
Yes.
meeting.
Okay.
But it's
Depending
at
on
the-
where we are in the process, right? Yeah.
Where we are at the meeting, what if the meeting's extended to the next one? You'd have to do it
It
that,
still goes to the back of the line.
it would still go to.
Whenever that
Back
is,
of the line.
but we don't have the 36 hour waiting period, so we're not like Charlie said, adding potentially another day, because if
Right.
this went down on
Okay.
the final day of town.
Okay, so if town meeting is a typical 2-night event, and on night 2, we're almost at the end, somebody chooses to reconsider an article
Right.
from night 1, it happens on night 2.
That's right.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Any other discussion?
I move that the board support Article 26.
Second.
Motion made in second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0. Article 27, Building Commissioner is recommending a change to the bylaw regarding obstructions of public ways by allowing the town the authority to remove an object that is obstructing the way. I'm taking that as means of anything, any object that comes in their way,
Any object.
trailer, tractor.
Storage,
what have you.
vehicles, anything. Yep.
I have no problem with that.
I just had a question about what I assume there was something that came up that they felt the need to change this. So because to me, the way it is, it seems fairly straightforward. But was there hiccup with that?
Yeah, we have issues from time to time with public ways.
F&F power.
Get obstructed. Residents sometimes encroach on a public way with landscaping or storage. Businesses.
F&F
could
power.
Be loading and unloading in a public way or parking vehicles in a public way. So I think that this language is meant to clarify and give the
F&F
town
power.
authority to take action. Oftentimes, when we try to work with either a resident or a business owner to comply, we don't necessarily have great results. It's kind of similar to what we were talking about before with fees and fines and giving the town some teeth. And I think this is an effort to do that as well.
Okay, thank you.
They're getting upset that they can't do anything against F&F
Move that the
power.
board support Article 27.
Second.
Motion made in second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0. Article 28, Building Commissioner is recommending that the bylaw concerning trailers be amended to allow non-permanent trailers be parked in approved driveways consistent with the zoning bylaws. I take this as campers, landscape
Yes.
trailers, what have you?
By the letter of the law, your tow-behind camper is a trailer and therefore violates the zoning if you park it in your driveway. I don't think that was the intent of this article. I think the intent is obviously large office trailers and storage trailers and things like that. So this is meant to clarify that.
I have no issue with that. Mr. Albert?
I move that the board support Article 28.
Second.
Motion made in second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0. Article 29, amend bylaw, Article 17, Section 1, hazardous materials, subsection, penalty and fees. What are they going to increase the fees? Hazardous materials?
Yeah, this is coming from the health director. And Meg is just trying to align our local bylaws with the regulations of the state. Our bylaws were written a while ago. The states have updated theirs, so she's trying to get them in alignment.
Okay.
I move that the board support Article 29.
Any discussion?
No.
Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0. Article 30, amend bylaw, Article Police Regulations, Section 41, water wells.
Same argument. She's just trying to
regulations.
bring these in alignment with the state regulations.
Okay.
I make a motion that the board support Article 30.
Second.
Motion made in second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, chair as well, 5-0. Article 30, Article 31, amend the bylaw article miscellaneous section regulating smoking. It's recommending changes to these bylaws. The Director of Public Health is recommending changes to these 3 bylaws to make them consistent with existing board and health regulations. What's that, smoking outdoors?
Yeah, so our bylaws actually say persons under the age of 18 may not purchase cigarettes when it's actually the law is 21. So
Okay.
again, bringing it up to today's regulation.
I I move that the board support Article 31.
Second.
Motion made second. Any discussion more? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Oh, my God.
Article
sorry.
32, stormwater management in conjunction with the other town officials is
This is
recommended.
brutal.
The bylaw that changed the authority.
Yeah, I
enforcement,
took
administration
a
of the
call for a
bylaw,
minute,
as
so I was
well
on
as the
mute. And I
thresholds for
came
final
back going,
permit,
oh, my
cleanup,
God.
And cleanup of language and definitions.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so we've had a
Poor Brenda.
stormwater working group.
I know.
They knew
This
she
is-
was the only one that was going to
Stormwater
talk,
sits
and yet they got to
between
force her to the end.
conservation
I know, this is
agency
awful.
right now.
Just being
And
dicks.
After
She must be so
several
tired.
meetings with DPW and engineering and conservation and planning and
They don't
zoning,
care. They don't care.
We felt
And they
that,
shouldn't have this type of job if they don't
stormwater,
care.
Would be
It's
better.
Judy gets paid a lot of
through
money.
Our engineering
It's a
department.
couple $100,000
Alphonse,
he's making.
Our lead engineer reviews all these stormwater plans for compliance. So it's more of a move for efficiency. So folks don't have to go to two separate departments to get their stormwater.
You know, here's the thing. That whole board was
So conservation
against
is,
the
I
moderator
believe is on board with this. They've read about it
article
already.
just a couple articles ago, but yet they voted for it.
Yeah, oh yeah, thank you.
They were all against it. They all had concerns about it, but then they
Move that
turned
the
around and
board
voted
support
for it
Article 32.
Why?
Motion made second.
because they're
Any more
cowards.
discussion?
Because they're going to
Seeing
try to
none, all in
argue it
favor?
on the floor and turn it down on the
Chair
floor
as
at
well,
town meeting.
5-0. The next article,
So they
33,
so they
amending
so they
general
had a
bylaws.
chance to say that they were not in
Article,
favor of it,
Stretch energy code,
but they didn't want
specialized
to do
energy
that.
code. The committee is
They'll wait.
recommending
They'll wait
changes
till
to
town meeting,
stretch
and then
energy
they're
code
going to have a
bylaw
big
by incorporating
kerfuffle down
specific
at town
sentences
meeting.
in Mass building code that
Yes,
they
I said
change the
kerfuffle.
code to specialized energy code. For me, I'll be the first one to talk on this. I have a hard time with this special energy code. I think it's too early for the town to get into it. I think that I've asked for 4 items anyhow, but I've read this code. I've actually gone to construction training classes on this code, and that's the biggest discussion in the class is the stretch energy code. Super stretch energy code enhances the existing stretch code to a stricter level for high-end construction homes, for ADUs to a limit, units that are
Kathy, did you spell that?
additions that are 1,000 square feet or above, mandates either you set up for solar panels and some mandate that you put a certain percentages on your roof of solar panels based on kilowatts. I'm not someone that mandates anybody to put anything on their roof, number one. Number two, I don't like solar panels on my roof. I don't like putting holes in my roof. It's just something that I've had an issue with. I've had great stories of success with solar panels. People swear about them, they think they're great, and I've had the other side where my roof's leaking like crazy. It also changes our businesses. Businesses that are putting major additions on, they have to adhere to this specific code. In the language of the code, if you read it, it isn't easy reading. It's not easy. I know that our committee has hired a consultant, and he came in on the late game, who's supposed to come and give us more information on these codes, what they do, the compliance, educate the average homeowner. And I don't think the average homeowner doesn't know about it. I've asked people about it, and they don't know about this stretch energy code. They don't know. And I wanted to get an input from the building department. I wanted to talk to the building inspector, electrical inspector, plumbing, the whole building department, and get their view on it, if they were for it or against it. I didn't get anything written from any of them. I did talk to a couple. They were not in favor of it at the time I talked to them. I also wanted to get the input from Canton Association of Business and Industries and economic development that deals with the businesses that are coming in town and how it would affect that growth in our town that we count on for our taxes to be kind of
Can't touch the rock.
lower than our average communities. So is there a time for this? Probably is. I don't think it is now the time. This is another particular article that reminds me of the move the vote. Is that the move the vote had to go through a succession to get to where it is. And this is jumping a line, I think, by not letting the whole town vote on it. And I think that vote should happen. I think the whole community should be able to say.
Is there a
"Let's do
Sean Good
this."
article?
But as Sue said
What article
earlier,
number is that?
that's not an easy task. But those groups that I just mentioned, I think they're important to have in the conversation. I know there's going to be a group coming up to talk about this. I know our consultants is on the clock now, but I'll definitely be there because there's too many questions and not enough answer to the basic homeowner. And I want to stress that because if the basic person reads that code, it gets confusing. It gets convoluted. Even if you read the original stretch code, which they pulled back on a little bit because it was interfering with smaller renovations and homes. So there's been some changes in that code. I look at Cedar Crest neighborhood where I live in, okay? And if this new code goes into effect within a year and I decide to raise the roof of my house, that'll be over 1,000 square feet. And that would cause considerable amount of work that I would have to do that I wouldn't necessarily want to do. I mean, and those are the things that I think a person that's buying a home, fixing a home, renovating a home, I think that they should, it's their home. They should do what they want. They shouldn't be mandated to do what it is. And it's not just the cost extra to do this. The argument down the line, there's a savings down the line. There's going to be a savings down the line. Where that savings is, where it isn't, I don't know. Electric bills, gas bills, everything's high right now. But there is a calculated
Yeah,
savings.
electric's very
It's
high.
the
You can
initial
thank your
cost.
governor for that.
It's not just the cost of the electrical wiring, the updated. You put a certain service in, that transformer outside that pole might not handle it. So what happens? Who pays for a new upgraded transformer? What if the wires from the transformer doesn't meet the amperage that the house needs for all these upgrades? The designing of these houses, the cost goes up. And then we also have the HERS rating, which they test your house, which is $500 to $800 to have your house tested to see how efficient your house is. So there's a lot to think about it. And I'm just not, it's not time. I don't think it's time for this article yet.
It is time
I
for
think
Brenda.
It should be vetted more to the community so they know what they're doing. Even though I will say 50 to 60 towns have signed up on this already in the Commonwealth. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Alrighty then, who wants to go first?
Not to be all down.
Okay, so Debbie Downer, all right.
Not
No,
me,
a couple
no,
of things I just want to point out. First of all, you can't put solar on every home just as a matter of fact.
Mhm.
Sometimes it just doesn't work. So solar in my home, and yeah, it cost a lot up front, but we got subsidies from the state and federal obviously not going to happen anymore. And you save money over time. So there's that if you intend to live in your house for a long time, which we had intended and still live there. Also regarding Canton, our location is such that businesses will always come to us because we have a really enviable location and we have lots of industrial parks. And yes, we do have a low tax rate, but if they got that building and just renovated the inside, there will not be a cost to them. It's only if it's over that 1,000 square feet, if they had an addition to it. So we're still going to get businesses in here. And Sharon has it and Norwood has it.
Judy's had enough.
It's in the works in Stoughton.
Town
And,
meeting in Stoughton
and also just
Charlie's going for a bathroom
we have
break.
friends who are home builders.
I think everybody's had enough.
Like their heat pumps and wells, and no
Oh
one
my
has,
God.
an oil tank anymore.
Yeah. Eric, are you still here?
He's sleeping.
And as a town, the sustainability group has done an enormous amount of work.
Eric just left the icon up. He's not even
We're
here.
not
No.
in the front of anything. We are somewhere in the middle, and we need to continue to move forward. This
Yes.
is not going to be. It's
Move forward with this meeting.
1% extra cost up front is what the numbers say according to your information, and they've done their research.
So would you guys?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Somebody just called him. Eric, they're talking about you.
Yeah.
No, I'm driving. I can't talk.
Okay. bye.
Okay.
Who's next? Me?
Good excuse.
I do want to point out that the Galvin Middle School is being built above this code. And that the
I know.
estimated payback on that is 3 to 4 years for the Galvin. So yes, you said 56 towns currently have.
What
it, except
article
for
number is this?
10 in Stoughton this year. It's actually 32% of the population.
9,400.
Currently living under this code, including Milton, Needham, Sharon, Dedham, Norwood. So we have a lot of neighbors. If you look at a map, and of course Boston, Cambridge, Somerville. So this whole Metro Boston area is for the most part already adopting this code. Retrofitting the wiring for electrical service is very costly. Building it into a new building from the get-go is not. So that is the argument for it. And I have to point out,
I hope he
there
washed
is
his
a
hands. Here
moral,
comes duty.
a component to this, because I feel that our generation has quite honestly failed to address climate change. We've kind of dithered for 30 years now.
Probably shouldn't have that
And,
pre-meeting coffee.
we know there's no help coming from the federal government right now.
Actually,
Oh, I didn't think it was this long.
I'm gonna.
Really
I
have
get.
to step
I'll
up
be
and
right
consider
back.
the
I'm going to
future
grab a
generations
Prixon.
and make this planet and this town livable future.
Sue, wait, can I just say one thing before I know you go, but wait, let me just say regarding Sue's point, it's just regarding sustainability, it's been a grassroots effort. And any changes, any positive changes with it have all started at town levels. It's just the way it's been. And we've made significant progress, not just this town, we, the people, everywhere.
What I miss?
And it's thanks to us being forward thinking.
Absolutely nothing.
Going to the next step. It ain't going to happen at the national level. It's bottom up. That's how these things are going.
Bottoms up. What?
So, through you, Mr. Chair, I have been a big supporter of the Sustainability Committee. I've supported a lot of the work that they've done so far, Our Choice, and I was instrumental in working with them on bringing this contractor position on board, and I got the select board to support that we were going to use mitigation funds. But the purpose of that position was to do the community outreach, was to talk to CABI, was to talk to economic development, BRC, zoning, planning, a building commissioner. And I see nothing in any of the presentation that says we've done that. And the response that I got is the contractor position came on late, which I absolutely get. But that doesn't mean we skip the steps that we should be doing. So I can't support this. I don't have enough information. I don't even have information from the towns that have adopted it. Like, have you run into problems with your commercial base or with homeowners who are saying, I had no idea that the costs were going to be this. So I don't have enough information to support this. I want to support it, but I don't have enough facts, so I can't.
Right.
I can speak to one part of that,
sure,
if you like. So the growth in housing has actually increased in towns that have this code. So it has not been a hindrance to building.
So I'm not disputing the growth in housing. I'm disputing what is the cost of that. And where the governor is pushing ADUs because we're trying to increase the housing in this state, there is going to be a lot of new building. And so what we're trying to do, like, I'm a big affordable housing guy, we're trying to keep our kids to be able to live in this town, our teachers and stuff like that. So you have parents
Teach them how to
who
drive
own
in
the
this
house
town.
and they're like, you know what, I'm going to put an ADU on, let my kids move in here. And now they're finding that the cost of that ADU is out of reach. And so now it's no longer affordable. Their kids can't afford it. So again, there's a lot of data that needs to be done. I wish this group was trying to change this on a statewide level, and it might be a non-issue, but for Canton, I don't have enough facts to support this. Sorry.
There you go.
We're not taking any discussion. Sorry, sir.
No discussions, just them.
All right. The last point, Sheriff. then we can move on from this. You just reminded me of something, Mike, about the statewide thing. When we were talking about this whole Upton stretch code, I was looking at the history of building codes. We didn't even have standardized building codes in this state until 1975, and there's been 10 iterations since then. My point is, change happens and people adapt. Change happens and people adapt, and so on and so forth. This is not new to have a change.
How long do
in
they get to
codes,
talk for?
and this will become statewide. And again, I think that we should.
They
it
did
should
say
not
that
be a
they should be
45-minute
getting,
town, 'cause we're
I think
just not.
8:30
So
is
we're
when
here in the
they
middle, and I think we should
anticipated Brenda
move forward with it.
speaking, and
I'm
we're at
saying,
8:40
you know,
now.
I'm
So
not saying we're not.
I mean,
gonna
do
do
they
it
ever
in that
cut off their
order.
conversations,
I'm
or they
saying
just
I don't think
keep
we're
talking
ready
to
for
make the
that
public
yet.
wait
This
forever?
is the time to do it. I agree with.
They don't get cut
Mike
off
about
after like a 2-minute warning or nothing? No.
the public knowledge that has to happen, that back and forth with the public, and it hasn't happened. And we need it's happened with me and the committee, talked to them many times, right, about this, and I brought up a lot of my concerns. They're not new. I just think that this is going right to town meeting, and it is going to town meeting. It's just as the sport's going to be a two, whatever it's going to be, this is going to be debated on town floor because the article's already been sent. All I'm just saying is that I'm not supporting it at this time because of the
All right.
aforementioned things I just
Take a
said.
vote,
I don't
move
have-
on.
I'm not there yet. I have questions that anybody can tell me the cost is going to be 3 to 8% or 10%.
Here's the thing.
That's
They're
what
going to
I talked
argue
to an
all this
electrician that
exact
just
same
did one in
stuff
Brighton. He said,
at
well,
town meeting.
200 amp wind service. I had to put a 400 amp in service. We had to cut the street to go across the street to get another phase.
Right.
And it became ridiculous for the homeowner to comply with the code. And there are exemptions to this code also, right? What are those exemptions to the code? I don't have them all listed. What is it? Well, if the job cost is 50,000, and because the power's across the street, they have to cut the street open, new conduit, do I really have to go that route if it's going to cost me another 45,000? Those are the questions that need to be answered. If I build a second floor of my house and the transformer on the pole, like it happened at the senior center in Canton, the pole had to be moved. We had to put a new pole in, and that cost ended up being $18,000 for the pole, another $20,000 for the transformer. There's a cost associated with the source getting there, not just wiring the house, it's the availability of that source and where it is. In our grid, if every house did this, will our grid stand up to it? I don't think it will right now, but that's a question I'd want that answer to. And
I have a
don't
question I
that
want
answer.
answered.
In the question of dollars and cents on the project,
What's
if
going
I have
on
a
with
rental
good?
property that's over 10,000 square feet, right, and I want to revamp my property, it's old, I want to redo it.
Somebody should say,
What
what's
is the
good?
repercussions to me,
Can they ask
and
them that?
what's the repercussions to my tenants? Because if I have to spend this money, I'm not going to absorb it as a landlord. I'm going to say, let's raise the rent.
What do you think Chris thinks
And
about this
that's
article?
all. This isn't even a rent conversation. That's a whole different conversation. But
I
there's
can't
a
even
cost of
pretend
that
to
cost for that.
know what that
apartment,
man
not
thinks.
that-
He is.
To me, would increase.
I know I could probably head to the
Man,
meeting.
So it's
I
just
could probably
something
head
I
up to the
look
meeting
at,
right now and
and
still
I
be going
don't
on.
have that number that anybody can tell me one, but I'm not. And you can go online, Google anything you want about this code, and there's pros and there's cons. There's great pros.
Yeah, there's a
there's
soon-to-be
hits.
con over there on
And
the
and
left.
you're trying to get that balance.
Oh, there's definitely
and
cons in the
understand-
room.
There's a con right there.
The con
As
at the
long as I look
table.
into it, and I go to class to learn about the codes, and that's a big discussion at the end
That'd
of the
be
meeting.
awesome.
We stress
There's
it.
pros, and he's looking at Chris, and there's cons.
With that, we'll discussion on this. Okay.
What do you think, Chris?
Mr. Albert.
I make a motion that the board does not support Article 33.
No, we're going to make it in the affirmative.
In the,
Make it in
all
the
right, I make a
affirmative.
motion
You have
that
to
we-
make the motion in the affirmative, please.
I make a motion that we support Article 33.
Motion
Second.
made in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. So it's
3-2.
3-2.
Because Chris is always going to vote with the
Now,
other two.
once again, this doesn't mean it's over for.
Yeah, Chris doesn't even
It's-
care. He doesn't
it
pay his
goes to
electric
the
bill.
Town floor and we. Next.
Next.
Oh my God, there's a next.
Except, we did these still waters, didn't we already?
No, this is for the one, we gotta do it again.
Oh, we got to do it again.
You voted to lay the roads out, but now
Yep.
you're gonna take a position on it for the warrant.
Okay. Article 34, vote to accept Stillwater Road Town Way.
So, excuse me, Mr. Chair. So, Mr. Duty, are we not taking a position on Stonewood, Isabel, and Holly?
You could do one of two things. You could defer it to town meeting. Should the property owner get done what he has to get done in time, you could take no action on it, and it potentially could come back to a select board meeting in the near future if it was, again, could be resolved. That's entirely up to you. You defer or take no position. I probably would take no position on it at this time, just in case in the next week or so these things get resolved.
Yeah.
Based on my conversation with the town planner, I don't think they will get resolved that soon, but you never
You
know.
never know.
Okay.
So, sorry, Mr. Chair. Whereas we're just voting on positions, I don't see why we can't cluster these. So 34, 35, and 36.
Cluster 'em.
We just approved earlier.
Correct.
So I don't see why we can't cluster those three into one. And
I don't see why not either.
Okay, let's make a motion for Article 34, 35, and 36.
I move that we support Article 34, 35, and 36.
Second.
Motion made in second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair
We're
as
almost
well,
there.
5-0.
We're almost to the end.
I move that we defer Articles 37, 38, and 39.
We're almost
I
to
would just
44.
hold
Here
on
we
it.
go.
Let's put a
Yeah,
hold
just take,
on
I
it.
would take no action for
Let's
today.
take no
Oh,
action
okay.
on that. Okay, let's go to
40.
Article 39. That's all right, we're all done with that. Article 40, rescind prior vote taken on Article 38 of 2006
Wow.
Town Annual Meeting. Could we get a little,
That's weird.
how do you not remember that?
I have 20 years.
Right?
I don't remember it either.
'cause I don't have it in front of me.
It was cleaning up language, wasn't it?
You guys don't have the article in front of
This
you?
is 2006.
You knew you were going to be bringing
No,
up the
no,
article
this is,
tonight. Why wouldn't you have it in
yeah,
front
okay.
of you?
Yeah, this is to rescind the minimum age, minimum or maximum age for hiring police officers and firefighters. So if you remember, the chiefs are having a hard time filling positions.
Oh.
In the civil service system in particular.
Oh.
But, they also have the opportunity to take transfers from other departments. And sometimes if a transfer is 33 or 34 years old, we can't take them because the
Too
age limit
old.
is 32.
Nuts.
So both chiefs feel like if we rescind this, then their pool of candidates will grow and they'll have an easier time filling positions. And there are safeguards. I know people worry about, well, that what if a 57-year-old person wants to apply? You still have to pass pre-employment physicals and physical abilities tests and things like that. So
Okay.
that's
There you
the
go.
rationale behind that.
Okay.
As a former chief, I would concur that we should rescind it.
I concur.
We have a motion, Mr. Albert.
Motion to support Article 40.
Motion been made in second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0. Article 40 and 41, we just went through the same.
41 similar, that's just, it puts in the safeguards for maintaining fitness and health.
Okay,
while you're
got
employed.
it.
So they kind of cluster together.
Mm-hmm.
Make a motion that we support Article 41.
Second.
Motion made in second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
It's her friend.
Article 42, formally accepts the legislature to authorize the town to operate within the established enterprise funds.
2 more to go.
Yep, this is an administrative, again, cleanup. We've had enterprise funds for many years. We're just making sure that we have accepted the appropriate statute, 53F and a half.
Very good.
I move that we support Article 42.
Second.
Motion made second. Any
This is the
discussion?
most
Seeing
movement
none, all in
Chris has done
favor?
all night.
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0. Next, we have a bunch of zoning bylaws, which we're going to defer to the planning board, Articles 43 to 47.
He doesn't have this huge copy tonight. How
Dwelling
come?
Units, definitions,
Oh, I know.
CCOD. They're going to be removing the CCOD, okay. of all three. Okay. Mr. Albert,
I move that the board defer Articles
Defer.
43 to 47 to the planning board.
Board's going to defer again.
motion made second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0. Article 48, appropriate funds to meet expenses for next fiscal year. I think that should be supported.
That's really important.
Very important.
Move that we support Article 48.
Very good.
Second.
Motion made second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well.
Here we go. Good job.
All right, next up, I move that the board approve the change of manager for the Blue Hill Recreational LLC DBA Blue Hill Ski Area to Jeffrey Homer.
All paperwork is in order, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion made.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mm-mm.
All in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
I move that the board approve the request to obtain a special license to serve malt and wine beverages for a one-day celebratory event marketing the official opening of Wonder, 95 Washington Street, Suite 40, on March 19, 2026, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., contingent upon building commissioner, police chief, and fire chief approval.
5-0.
Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Here.
Next, I move that the board accept and authorize the use of the gift in accordance with the terms thereon under Mass General Law 44, subsection 53A, the grant of $43,971.23 from Outfront Media for the 95 locations for gross collected revenue.
Second.
Motion made second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all.
Those,
sir.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but those funds will be deposited to the billboard mitigation fund.
Thank you, sir. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Next, I move that the board approve the request to hold the 24th annual Dinosaurs Fun Run in 5K, May 17, 2026, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and request for a one-day entertainment permit for DJ, subject to police approval.
Second.
Motion made second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Next, I move that the board approve the request to hold the Anthony Maffey Memorial Walk to be held on Sunday, June 7th, 2026, from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., subject to police approval and certificate of insurance.
Second.
Motion made in second. Any discussion? Would you like to speak on this, sir? Very good, sir. Good luck. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Next, I move that the board approve the cemetery lot perpetual care deeds.
Second.
Motion made second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Next, I move that the board approve the cemetery commitments in the amount of $8,550.
Second.
Motion made second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
The vendor warrant total for the week of February 5th, 2026, $1,871,165.56. The payroll warrant total for the week of February 5th, 2026, $2,087,130.82. The vendor warrant total for the week of February 12th, 2026, $749,241.39. The payroll warrant total for the week of February 12th, 2026, $3,139. Next, I move that the board approve the minutes from the select board meeting on February 3rd, 2026.
Second.
Is that the cemetery that Rocco's supposed to be taking
Seeing none,
care
all in
of?
favor?
Aye.
Chair as well, 5-0.
Back to you, Mr. Duty.
Throwing it back this way.
Haven't done enough.
All right, just a couple of things real quick. Okay, first thing is
Real
we
quick.
received our recycle audit report from Waste Management. And I must say, the previous report to this one, we didn't do so well. We definitely improved with this latest report, but basically our contamination rate for recycle is 14.8%. Prior to this report, it was up a little over 19%, so we have come down. So people are recycling the proper way, getting better at it anyways. But what the audit found was that one of the things that's contributing to the higher percentage of contamination
Pizza boxes.
is people are using plastic bags
Oh.
to throw away their recyclables. So what we really want to get the message out to folks is when you're recycling, take the stuff out of the bags and just put it in loose into the recycled container.
Yeah.
Because the plastic bags that they discovered in the audit contributed 7.7% to that contaminate. Almost half the contamination rate is because of plastic bags. So we're going to do a little public outreach. We have a
Town should
communications
outlaw
specialist
plastic bags.
working on some posts, social media posts and so forth to try to get the word out. But that's kind of the major message from the audit.
Duty,
Throw your
I'll spread the
plastic bags
word.
and throw your recycle away. And we'll be far, their threshold, they like to see communities under 10% contamination. So if we can make that correction, we'll be well under 10%. Council on Aging. So the Council on Aging facility is temporarily closed because of the HVAC project that's currently underway. So Director Tynan has relocated most of her staff to the prior rectory building at 1860 Washington Street. If you remember, the fire department used that building when they had work done in their building a couple of years ago. So it was, the infrastructure was in place to be able to accommodate office space. So her social workers are going to be working out of that location. So folks who need that service can either go to 1860 Washington Street, or you can still call the same number. It's been routed to that new location. As far as programming goes, a lot of the classes are being done at the former church at 1860 Washington Street in that space there. And they're also utilizing the American Legion Post, and they're utilizing the town club. So she's got several locations for programming. So if folks want to see where the various programs are, what time they're going to be offered, they can go on to the website for DEHS on the town website. And they're also encouraged to follow them on Facebook, where Diane is putting daily updates. The project is anticipated to take 4 to 6 weeks. And after that, they'll be back in the building and back to normal operating hours. And then finally, Fire Chief update. So we received 12
What a Sean Good
resumes
update.
for the position of Fire Chief. There are 4 internal candidates. We're going to meet with the consultant tomorrow to review resumes.
So
And then
nonchalant.
we're going to screen in the candidates. We want to move forward to an interview stage. And much like we did with the police chief, we'll interview candidates and then move 5 or 6 forward to the assessment center. And then from the assessment center, we'll bring the top 2 or 3 to you to interview and eventually appoint as fire chief. So that process will probably take us through the month of March. And hopefully we'll have it completed close to the time that Chief Robry has to leave us. So that's ongoing. That's all I got.
Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no good
Next,
update.
we have public comment.
Here we go.
Anybody going to speak today? I just going to
All
read
right.
the statement.
Brandy, don't say anything.
Public comment of the meeting is an opportunity to listen to the residents' feedback and concerns. However, it's not meant to be question and answer
Eric,
format.
mute
There
yourself.
will be no response to any public comment when presented. The public comment portion of the meeting is limited to 15 minutes total and up to 3 minutes per speaker. Those that wish to speak should stand at the microphone and wait to be recognized by the chair. Please state your name and the town you live in. Your address is not required. I would ask all members of the audience to be respectful of each speaker as well as each other. Anyone that does not wish to speak or unable to due to the time limit may submit their comments in writing for the board's review and consideration. Yes, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the Select Board and fellow residents. My name is Tom Birmingham. I live in Canton and serve as the chair of Canton's Sustainability and Climate Action Planning Committee. I understand and appreciate all the discussion that we heard tonight on Article 33. It's healthy. The challenge that we faced, it's a chicken and the egg. It's a timing issue. We hired the consultant too late in the game to have a full, robust campaign prior to tonight. I'm here to say that I'm very happy and pleased that we have a very robust education campaign already scheduled and established to run over the next 6 to 8 weeks prior to town meeting to make sure we address all the questions that anybody has on the merits of this article. I will stand here and commit to you, we will do our due diligence to make sure everybody has an informed vote come the May town meeting. I'll grant you that. I'm excited to announce tonight is the start of the public information campaign. So thank you for supporting this. Warrant Article 33, adoption of Canton's specialized energy code at this year's annual town meeting. What it does, Article 33 is one of the high priority actions of the Climate Action Plan and Decarbonization Roadmap. It does three things. First, it modernizes our general bylaws to reflect our current energy-related building requirements. A little outdated, kind of a generation old. So that's some of the changes that you're seeing in the draft warrant article, is to clean up some of the old language. The second is that it adds the specialized code. It's a set of new construction standards that helps ensure new buildings are designed for long-term efficiency, flexibility, and consumer protection. Finally, and crucially, it helps unlock approximately $1 million in state grants if we get our timing correct. And that was another concern that I had. If we wait too much longer, a whole nother year cycle, I'm not sure that these funds are going to be available. The towns that have already passed this code now are eligible, with a few other changes, to qualify for this funds. It's not unlimited. So that's another pressure point that we're trying to bring this to fruition as quickly as we can. So just a couple more quick points. Some builders are understandably wary of added requirements, particularly when construction costs are already high. I get that. We all get that. The skepticism deserves respect. To that point, municipalities adopting the specialized code have seen an increase, not a decrease, in housing production. It's not slowing down production. As was previously mentioned, the Galvin Middle School is being built to these code standards. Doing so not only unlocked approximately $6 million in state incentives, but it's projected to reduce annual operating costs by roughly $180,000 a year, with a payback period of 3 to 4 years. So investment, energy savings, it's good after 3 or 4 years. It pays for itself. That's fiscal prudence at its best. Importantly, Article 33 protects future residents and businesses from costly retrofits, reduces long-term energy bills, and strengthens Canton's economic competitiveness. I'll close by saying, on behalf of the committee, I want to thank the Select Board for deliberating and voting this evening on the merits of this article, and I join with those members who voted in favor in backing Canton's residents' consideration for Article 33, and hopefully we can get all of your support by the time annual town meeting arrives on May 11th. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Brenda Sweeney, Canton, my opinion. This is a great day for the town of Canton. We've come to this point because the voices that matter spoke volumes. They weren't always forward-facing, they weren't always present in this room, but they spoke loud and clear all the same. Business as usual is closed in our police department. We're embarking on a new journey with a new leader. Our decent officers suffered in that toxic culture. Our citizens suffered. Our businesses suffered. Our children suffered. The whole town was under this dark cloud that wouldn't let up. The world watched our suffering day after day, week after week, month after month. Now the world will get to see us recover. The world will get to see it done the right way. Leadership by example. Changes that matter. The world will get to see a new legacy built on the very principles that exemplify honor and fidelity to that oath to protect and serve. This day didn't come in an instant. It took time. It took patience. It took resolution by the citizens to keep fighting, to keep showing up when it mattered. We want to start this new chapter by thanking Chief Daniels for coming to town, for putting his educational ambitions on hold to take this journey with us. We've proven we're patient. We've proven we want change. We've proven we're willing to be present when and where it matters. Based on some of the reactions on town, we're fully aware our fight isn't over yet. But one thing all you naysayers can take to the bank, we have the patience to endure, and we will get this done. We know we're moving in the right direction, and we're here to support our new chief in every way possible. This breath of fresh air is intoxicating, vibrant with hope, and we welcome every single breath of that hope for change, hope for the future of Canton. It is a great day indeed. We'll be back here for Chief Daniels, for our officers, for our town, and for our future whenever and wherever we need to be. Thank you.
Good evening, Greg Murphy, Canton resident, also a member of the Sustainability Climate Action Planning Committee. And I too am rising in support of Article 33. I think it's an important article for our citizens to consider with an open mind. There is a lot of opportunities there. It is consistent with the Select Board's statement that they want to become a climate leader community. It is a requirement to become a climate leader community to pass this code. I can appreciate the desire for more information, and the committee has a plan for providing that between now and town meeting. So is anyone who is not aware of what this code is, what it does, the opportunities it unlocks, I urge you to seek out that information from us, or we will be reaching out to you to provide it. I also want to say that it has been a challenge for the town to fund certain projects, but by achieving the climate leader status, climate leader community status, we unlock grant opportunities that pay for itself in the potential additional costs that are being touted regarding this code. Thank you.
Seeing no more speakers, we'll end public comment. Mr. Albert.
All right, the Select Board will hold its next meeting on Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026, 7 p.m. at the Sala Meeting Room, Memorial Hall, 801 Washington Street. Make a motion that we adjourn tonight's meeting at 9:06.
Motion made second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Chair as well, 5-0.
So Brenda's always worth the wait. And you're muted still.
I did. I muted myself.
John?
I'm here. You here, Eric?
He's here, I think.
I'm with you,
Off
buddy.
now. Eric's here. So while the meeting was going on, did you see the email that Morrissey sent out to everybody?
Oh, I was just reading that.
Oh, he's
Oh my
attacking.
God.
Yes.
Accusing Adam
Of
Deach
moving to Quincy.
of
Yep.
a lot of things.
Yeah. He's
just-
Can we read? Can you read it?
Of course I can read it. What do you think? I'm Chris Albert?
Can you read it out loud?
Read it to the people.
What do you mean? I'm frozen? I'm frozen. You guys say I'm frozen?
No, you're not frozen.
I'm not frozen.
He's not.
Yeah, I can read it. I can read it. Let me just put it in big letters. All right. I might not be able to see it. Okay.
Was this a private email or what?
This was
To the office folks? Like,
this was a
No, you were. You're not anymore.
no, this was an email he sent out to a couple hundred people already.
oh.
All right. Do you want me to do it in my own voice or his voice? I don't care. I got a cold anyways. Here we go. Jeez, it's so long. That's what she said. You may have heard by now that I will not be running for re-election and will retire at the end of this term next January. Woo! One of the top attorneys in the office is set to announce candidacy and could use help and support. So that's starting off real nice, right? Greg Connor is going to announce that he will be a candidate for district attorney. He is the most capable and qualified candidate. All right, so he's backing his guy. They all want to suggest it's time to elect a prosecutor, but Greg is the only one in the race who has prosecuted a case in Norfolk County. Does it matter if it's Norfolk County, Suffolk County, Essex County? What's it matter what county it's in? But let's go on. The rest of the candidates have no idea of the scope and breadth of the office, that being a prosecutor, it's only a small part of it. In fact, one of the candidates has never even tried a court case in the state courts and just became a member of the Mass Bar in December and moved into Quincy to round out his resume. So now he's attacking a guy for where he
He's making
lives.
fun of him already, saying he's doing it to round out his resume.
You just moved to Quincy, right? I don't even think he's found Wollaston Beach yet. So
what does that mean? He's calling him an idiot because he can't find the beach?
Because he doesn't know where Wollaston Beach is. He is also the terrible person who used a federal grand jury to enhance his political resume when he worked in the U.S. Attorney's Office to undermine the Karen Reed prosecution.
So he's accusing him of undermining.
He's accusing him of undermining their case. Yep.
Wow.
Check his financial records. 80% of the money he raised. Yeah. What's that, Eric? Eric?
I said I appreciate that. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. You cut me off, so I stopped.
Well, sorry, I gotta cut you off because I can't get a word in edgewise.
Well, you asked me to read this. I'm reading it. All right. Where was I? Article 14. Here we go. No, sorry. It's check his financial records. 80% of the money he raised from the Reed family and the defense attorneys or their friends, and he messed up there. He wrote,
didn't spell her name right.
Right. He spelled that wrong. Reed, R-E-E-D. He said 80%. He said check his financial records, comma 80% of the money he raised from the Reed family and the defense attorney. Period. Attorneys or their friends. That should have been a comma, but whatever. Mm-hmm. He wants to here I am talking about his grandma of all people, right? Yabba dabba do. He wants to restore integrity to the office and root out corruption in Norfolk County. Do you know how to, when you root out corruption, how do you spell root? Okay. Because that's not the root he's talking about.
There's like there's a bunch of words in here that misspelled.
Oh, it's the whole thing, right? And then another period. Here he goes. He's just rambling. Then he should have started with Rachel Rollins when he worked in the U.S. Attorney's Office and not been involved in a conspiracy with the defense to undermine the Reed case. He has no integrity. He's pissed. He's pissed.
Yeah,
right?
He has no integrity. Okay, coming from you. That's rich.
Yeah. So now he goes back to his guy. Greg Connor is 50 and has 2 grown children, 1 in college. Well, whoop-de-doo. Okay. He's married and lives in Milton. Okay. Mm-hmm. But was brought up in Walpole. Greg's father, Jack, is a retired Superior Court judge and former prosecutor. There you go. Another insider, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Greg went to Xaverian High, where he played football. He attended Boston College and Boston College Law School. If he's 50 years old, who the fuck cares that he went to Xaverian and played football friggin' 40 years ago? Just saying.
It doesn't matter at all. It's ridiculous.
Greg is
He's
the
just trying
best
to gas
and
him up to make
Oh,
him
yeah.
sound better.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He fails at everything he tries to do.
Yeah. Oh, I got a burp. No, maybe not. Greg is the best and most experienced candidate to emerge to run for DA. Is he? Greg Connor will make a formal announcement soon. Greg is a former prosecutor of the year and was honored by the Massachusetts District Attorneys Association for his work on the Chesnia Weymouth police officer killed in the line of duty. Again, he goes for his work on Chesnia, and then everything else is in parentheses. Chesna. Yeah, now I'm like Chris. That just reads horrible.
Yeah, I know.
Greg recently tried the Walsh case in Cohasset to a successful conclusion for a first-degree murder conviction without a body. Well, maybe he should have tried either one of the first two Reed cases. If he's that good.
Mm-hmm.
It should keep going, huh? Greg even tried the highly public prosecution against the individual who killed Puppy Doe in Quincy. Did he ever go after Tim Taylor? I don't think so. Remember when Tim Taylor killed his dog at the Canton police station? Where was Connor then? Greg had supervised the district courts, supervised the motor vehicle homicide team, and was the supervisor of the Superior Court attorneys. Greg now runs the homicide unit. Oh, does he? Oh, well, there you go. Greg now runs the homicide unit and has plenty of experience. Greg knows that prosecution is not the only answer to get the right outcome. Greg believes, Masha. Jesus Christ. Greg believes in the long-standing Norfolk District Attorney Office philosophy that there are other alternatives to prosecution and winning isn't everything, but getting the right answer is what matters the most. Now he gives us a run-on sentence. Greg will continue some of the great programs that the Norfolk District Attorney's Office has for education, intervention, prevention, and diversion programs. You know, ice cream with the cops, you know, coffee with the cops, stuff like that. Norfolk has been a leader in the state to reduce
with the cops.
Yeah, you know what? I caught myself. I almost said something. Hanging out in the ponka pog with the cops.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. 222. Norfolk has been a leader in the state to reduce opioid-related deaths. I hope you get a chance to talk to him soon because Greg could use your help, support, and guidance as he undertakes this endeavor. Greg will be in touch, but he's just getting organized and getting his feet under him for this challenge. He will contact you soon, Michael Morrissey.
How much do you think Greg would be willing to spend prosecuting a DUI? Another $1 million or what?
That's Greg for you.
He's just as dirty
Greg's,
as Morrissey. He's just as dirty.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous. And that's why people just need to keep talking about it, because people who don't go on social media and don't listen to YouTube, they just watch the everyday news. They're not going to know everything that we know, everything that we talk about. You know what I mean? Obviously mainstream media doesn't cover half of the truth. So just people keep remembering to talk to your friends, your coworkers, your family members, get the word out there about Adam, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Do you think that Greg is happy right now that Momo threw his weight behind him?
I mean,
the fact that he said conspiracy with the defense to undermine the Reed case, that's an accusation.
The fact that he's okay with Michael Morrissey saying that in support of him shows that they're both either idiots or they're both clearly okay with being corrupt and talking about another person like that and just accusing them of a crime. Like you're accusing them of serious crime.
Yep, absolutely.
And you're okay with that? Both of you proofread that? Your whole office did? Your whole team? And
Where's the evidence?
Like,
where's the evidence that happened?
Exactly.
Yeah. Where's the investigation into
Slando.
the accusation that happened? Yeah.
It's aggravating as hell. It's aggravating as hell what these people get away with. And they're supposed to be neutral, impartial. Like, get the hell out of here. These jokes.
In that whole letter, nothing about transparency.
No. Nothing about strengthening the relationship with the community or anything
Public
like that.
distrust. Nothing about public distrust.
You can't ask the public for trust while you're dodging all our concerns. It's so aggravating. Right. It's just all they want to do. They just, like I said before, like the uniform deserves honor, and the people in these positions, they're supposed to be looked up to, but they just want protection from accountability. That seems like it's just like they just want to keep hiding secrets. They don't really. It's just this whole system. I don't trust any of it. I don't.
Again, just like in Canton, outsiders are bad, right? They're dangerous. We can't have an outsider. Only an insider can save this office.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Because they just want the mold to keep growing.
Right.
And I don't know, but last time I checked, Sunshine was undefeated, and every time you get transparency, you know, the truth comes out, and that's what they seem to be not wanting.
Yeah.
They just want the same people to stay in the same office and have everything the same. Don't change anything. Keep everything going the way it is. We get away with whatever we're getting away with. But I mean, institutions work better when people are watching. So people just have to keep doing what you're doing. Do everything you're doing to try to, I don't know, just vote, pay attention, ask questions. Don't stop.
Somebody, sorry, I missed some of the chat. It sounds like the forensic group wrote that email.
I know, right? They really did. They probably did.
Yeah. How about this? Nothing about change. Nothing about change. Just support them. More of the same. Hey, support this kid because, you know, his father was a judge and, you know, this is his next step. I mean, it's like the same old, keeping the same people in there forever. And this is what I've said about career criminals. No, career politicians. Sorry, I slipped. I got the wrong word there. Career politicians. All right. I don't mind, you know, 1 term, 2 terms, but after it shouldn't be 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Absolutely not. We saw it with John Conley. We saw what happened, right? People get complacent, and that's when all the backroom deals start to happen.
Yep. Nobody knew coming in, and it's easy to just things the way you're doing it. It's awful. It's awful.
One party state.
And it doesn't take them long to figure out how to screw everybody either.
No.
You know, you got Congress people that only serve 2-year terms. By the end of the first term, they went from making $75,000 to having a net worth of about $4 million, if not more.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Insider trading, everything. Like they're all.
I mean, look at Pelosi. Look at Pelosi's numbers. How she is like doubling Buffett.
Yeah, she's.
And then when you ask him, somebody was asking him.
Yeah, she's just a really good stock trader. That's what it is. You know.
And let me ask you, how many cocktail napkins do you think it took Momo down at Port 305 to write the rough draft on that?
I'll tell you, it just screams that he dictated it into some and just sent it.
It definitely seems like he was either intoxicated or he just doesn't have half a brain because the way he.
I think it was a talk to text. Actually, I think it was a talk to text, and then he just sent it.
Maybe.
Yeah. But
like as a DA, you don't proofread things.
Oh, he didn't proofread it because there's a lot of grammar mistakes. There's a lot of spelling mistakes. It just.
He doesn't care.
Who knew we were going to sit through that snoozer of a select board meeting to end with that coming in?
I know. Well, Brenda woke us up because she was so worth the wait. Like she was just like, it was so good that like she's always great. And her shirt, it's just awesome. She's the best.
John, can you when we finish this today, can you send that over to me? I'd like to post it on the Chronicle and see what Rocco's thinking about it.
Yeah, I gotta hop off too. Anyways, my dog's staring at me. He wants to.
Oh, mine's gotten up twice. So yeah, I mean, I was not prepared for this, Eric. I thought there was going to be an in and out.
You told me 15 minutes.
Yeah, Eric, you bamboozled me.
45 to 7. I'd be done.
You bamboozled me, Eric.
What do you mean? I didn't tell Momo to put that thing out.
No, I'm talking about the length of that select board meeting.
Oh my God, that was brutal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah. Well, hey, before I go, listen, for the people that are still here or anyone that came in late, if you haven't or you get a minute, okay, please go to YouTube. Go subscribe to YouTube. It's Boston Brandy. Boston Brandi. Right? She's got her YouTube channel. She's going to start doing some of her own lives. Maybe she'll have us on as a guest. And we'll, oh man, that'll be great. If you're going to do rants, I'll go on and rant with you on your channel.
And then I can mute you and push buttons.
Yeah.
And...
You know what really grinds my gears?
Now I can tell you and you can't shut me up.
Oh, that'll be great. Yeah. So Brandy's got a she already has a YouTube channel, but she's going to be starting to do some, maybe like a 1-hour show at some point. So yeah. You go over there and subscribe so that you get the notifications when she starts going on live. And yeah. And we're gonna tease it. I'm not so folks. Eric had to work the other day, but Brandy helped me out, and we had a very informative sit down with a very knowledgeable person. Just a little over a half hour, maybe 40 minutes, with someone, we'll just say that was associated with the Mass State Police. We'll leave it at that. And we're going to be bringing you that interview that we recorded.
Yes.
So stay tuned to that. So that's going to be Sunday night. You might even get a sneak preview. Brandy might be releasing a sneak preview within the next couple of days. How's that, Eric? Is that okay?
No, as long as you know, Brandy can come on Saturday. I mean Sunday if she wants to watch the whole thing, but she only gets a little taste of it.
She only gets right. So Brandy might be releasing a snippet of our discussion, but we'll be playing it. We'll be playing it on Sunday when we're live on Sunday night.
Whatever you need. But yeah, have a good night, guys. Thanks for having
right.
me on.
Oh no, thank you for being
Thanks
here.
for joining us, Brandy.
Yeah, for that debacle. Thank God. Thank God. So
all right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good
hey,
night.
thank you, Crocs. Oh, you can go, Brandy. I do want to thank because Glamour Sue's, I did say I put Year of the Dragon. Last time it occurred was 1966. I heard that this morning. Thank you for the $5 on that. And then another $5 because you were multitasking. Year of the Fire Horse, not Fire Dragon. You do love your horses. Thank you, Glamour Sue's, for the $10. I'll give Eric 5 of it at some point. I'll buy him a beer. All right.
Okay.
So, there you go. I'll buy you a Narragansett. To the rest of the Cronks, thank you guys for sticking with us and watching, and have a good night. We'll say goodbye, Eric.
Have a good night, everyone.